your mic may have cut out.
All right, there you go, guys. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know where you are. I'm here with Phone Home edition of PSL King of the Hill, but it's the last day.
Yeah, the final one for this edition at least.
Yeah, and I was told we're ending the title, right? Let's take a look at what happened yesterday, though. Before that, get people to catch up on list of players. So this is what happened day one, and then day two we have a list of players. This is day three, is right here. So what happened was Estrella could not defend his title for some reason or another. So we had Bly step in, faced Holden, and he won against Holden, and then faced Nice. And Nice took it in a comeback fashion, right? And
Yeah.
then we got Star Killer. Nice is a star, and what happened? Star Killer.
He went for Muta Ling and completely caught Nice off guard with those Mutalisks. Nice did manage to kind of get some damage on the other side of the map at the same time with Oracles, but then it was just kind of an overwhelmed tactic from Starkiller from there.
Yeah, so he lived up to his name, beating Nice, the star. Then he faced Dash, beating Dash. And then a relatively not as famous but really good player, Art. At least to me, right? Because I'm not too
Right.
familiar with Art. He beat Star Killer very nicely with your favorite build of the day.
Yeah, the 3-gate Glaive DT. Not something I'd seen before, but something I was very impressed by.
Yeah, you guys can check that out on the YouTube channel. Just look up Storm Gaming. You can check out past with that, and you can how he did it. That was pretty. I meant to try and copy that yesterday. I ended up playing some Terran friends, and then Art faced chess fan Botvinnik, named after the chess player from pro player from back in the day. Botvinnik takes care of him, then beats Pippins, and then we got our boy Ruff from our team. A pretty cool build.
Yeah, catching Botvinnik very much off guard with that double BC follow-up. The really cool wall in that, and I mean, he kind of got a little bit unlucky, Botvinnik did, trying to go for a Hellion drop with the Reapers jumping up that cliff, and then Ruff just had it walled all the way in, so didn't work out too well for him.
Yep. And then Ruff loses to Ryan. I think that game was pretty good also. I can't quite remember what it was.
Yeah, lots of Marauder drops, and it was just very back and forth. A lot of action, Ruff with a lot of multitasking and multi-prong, but Ryan managed to just kind of keep it together, macro up a big army, and then just push across and smash the army of Ruff.
Exactly. And then, boom, we got Trigger taking care of our boy Ryan with a Stargate proxy Void Ray shield battery build that we see once in a while. Then after that, it's Cuckoo. However, Trigger defends his title, and that's where we're at today. So this is our last day, guys, of King. Let us check with our admin. Let us we want to talk about the Storm Esports Network while we wait for our admin real quick here. So, Storm's Esports Network is our show about other esports, not just StarCraft. So you guys, I encourage you guys to check that out. That's I can show that on the. Obviously, that's YouTube. That. We actually call it PEN, kind of like ESPN, but for esports. Okay, so then thing, guys, encourage you guys to check that out. Let us know what you think. We'll play some of the later of what that is. Um, you just started to check it out, and we do have that's our initiative for our team. Love your feedback on that. Anyway, let's go check out. I don't see Trigger on the line yet. On our channel. So I'm really hoping he defends. We've had three. This is the fourth day, right? And we haven't had a king to return the next day. Some schedule conflicts or another, right?
Right. Yeah.
And I actually saw Trigger play yesterday, and he was playing Namshar in the DreamHack event, right? I think it was our boy Namshar defended the Sidestorm flag, right? That was good to see. And we might actually see Namshar today. I saw him on the list according to our admin. So anyway, guys, look, we're waiting for our admin, so we'll be back. I don't want to just kind of talk on dead air and make something up. So we'll be right back, and in the meantime, we're gonna play a little bit of the Sidestorm Esports Network stuff.
Hello and welcome back to the Sidestorm Esports Network. I'm Chicken Man, here to bring you your weekly esports results and highlights from all the major tournaments going on in esports this past week. Today we'll be getting started by jumping straight into the deep end with the Dota Pro Circuit. All 12 regions of the DPC have finished and the top teams have been decided, including the 18 teams that will be participating in the $500,000 Animajor in Kyiv starting next week. Start off by going through the lower divisions to see which teams got the top spots and the coveted promotion to the upper division for the first season of 2022. North America, the D2 Hustlers and Arkosh Gaming are the two teams moving up next season. A big step especially for the Hustlers, who made it to the lower division through the open qualifiers. And after just one season, we'll be heading to that upper division. In China, it was Phoenix Gaming and LBZS taking the top spots. The return to form for LBZS, who dropped down to the lower division after a tough season 1. For Southeast Asia, both Motivate Trust Gaming and Team SMG are going to be the first timers to the upper division after only making it into the lower division through those open qualifiers. South America, the Ego Boys will be returning to the upper division along with the Binomistas. Eastern Europe saw the return of Team Empire to the upper division, as well as the Hellraisers making it through in first place. And in Western Europe, Viking GG will be heading back into the upper division along with Level Up. All right, well, I think that just about covers the lower division. Congrats to those teams for being able to climb the ladder, but big news comes from that upper division where the 18 best teams from across the regions are all going to be facing off soon at the Animajor. North and South America each had 2 teams qualify. North America, it was the Quincy Crew heading straight into the playoffs. Evil Geniuses in second, being seeded into the group stage.
They're Ocean with a BKB on the edge.
We've got her again. It's like last game. Oh, set them up. They want to give him the rampage. Oh no, Ocean again ruins it. Typical.
There's a couple kills left. Okay, no, GG's called.
South America, No Ping Esports are seeded into the playoffs, while Beast Coast are heading to the groups.
Supernova, just the Sunray for now from Wedges, the Eclipse bouncing another Sacred. False promise onto the Ursus who can turn and face Adriano. The Aegis is down, the egg being focused is right-clicked. They've lost the Phoenix now. In comes Turbo, slices with the Chakram and the Whirling Death. They get the burst damage with the Mel Strike through onto the Oracle. Buybacks are available here for Unknown, but they're losing so many thick and fast as the Lashrak is caught up, and Adriano dishes out that serious right-click damage.
Southeast Asia and Eastern Europe both have 3 teams qualifying. Eastern Europe had Virtus Pro get the top seed, Team Spirit into the groups, and Monaco Gambit as the wild card. For Southeast Asia, that was T1 to the playoffs, TNC Predator to the group stage, and Execration into the wild card stage. Both China and Western Europe had the most teams qualifying. Each region has 4 teams heading to those majors. In China, it's Team Aster with the first place seed directly into the playoffs, PSG LGD into the group stage, and both Vici Gaming and Invictus Gaming getting into the wildcard stage.
But he goes off, hits on 4, oh dear! Fade, he's gone, XM still trying to fight this.
He's
right
gonna buy
click's going,
back.
they get the Kona Emo, they're gonna buy back on these heroes on the side of IG as they take out Psyware, the junk is gone, they've got the Hex onto the Lina, and
There's
there's
a
your finger
finger.
stack. They'll get
Can they get
themselves
another
on,
one?
they've got
Yes,
the
they
stun onto
can.
X Nova, and they will take out this Grimstroke.
Finally, in Western Europe, it was Alliance in the top spot for the playoffs. Team Liquid heading to the group stage, and teams Enigma and Secret as the wildcards.
Through it bit by bit. Anna needs the bashes, and he needs them now, but he's not quite getting them in Inkswell. A stun, and he does get him. A buyback coming out from Samael, but Anna's got to get out of here before the hard carry of Liquid arrive. Anna on the run. Koifa on pursuit. Wants to be able to catch him. He's got a Blink Dagger. Might just be able to catch him with a Shockwave Skewer, but no. Anna's out.
Those teams will all be heading off to Kiev for the Animajor, which begins on June 2nd with the wildcard round robin. All right, this isn't just a show about the DPC, so let's take a look at some of the other Dota events that happened this past week, like the Pinnacle Cup, just about to finish up their round robin phase. Right now, Team Spirit has secured a spot in the playoffs. 3 teams have been knocked out, and the last games are going to decide the remaining 6 positions. And the I-League finished up their group stage with LGD and Vici Gaming taking the top spots heading into those playoffs.
Well, that's a ballsy strategy, I'll tell you what. The blink call. Oh, Chrono Boy in trouble. Alright, a little butter strike forward. They go for it, they bubble him, they double him. He's toastified. Now they go for Snap Daddy on the high ground. Wham bam, thank you, mom. Another Dunkaroo. Felix Chow, bad down. 3 times kill streak.
Whew. And now we finally covered off last week's big Dota events. If it's feeling a little overwhelming, the links to all the brackets are posted below the video. You can check out all the regions and tournaments at your leisure. Moving on now to a slightly shorter segment. CSGO only had 7 different major tournaments going on this week, so should be able to blast right through this. Speaking of which, the Blast Rising finished up this week with the Copenhagen Flames able to take down Spirit Academy in the finals 2-1.
Though, look at Denny's Law with the big flank on 1, the second, not the third though. Lamont will end the madness. But as we see time is progressing, Rollin and Lamont need to get as close as possible. Rainwaker not aware of it. And we can see Rollin already going in for the instant defuse. Oxygen gets his, and ooh!
The Spring Sweet Spring number 2 started up its main Swiss stage. They have 3 rounds left to go before their playoffs will be set.
His still in even position, but Sparrow finds it, and Deco from the outside gets one through the scope. And the rest of the T aggression is just going to be all over the place. They don't even know what they're looking for here. Jetka finds a kill, makes it a 1 versus 2 out of the 1 versus 3. But looks away at just the wrong moment. Polt finds him.
Republic began their playoffs. Right now, Saw and Skade have made it to the upper bracket finals. The lower bracket will be playing throughout this week. Flashpoint is in a similar position with Mouse Sports and G2 Esports in the upper bracket finals. The lower bracket currently being worked through, but they will finish their whole playoffs by the end of this week and crown a champion.
Gonna dunk right on them. Oh, so much damage! And it's all just down to Xanthorez at this point. He's behind the smoke, able to get one. Have they unleashed the beast? Is Xanthorez ready to fight his way out of this one? Perfect volley to land on a Frozen.
Well, guys, we're back.
The CS Summit 8 finished their group
We
stage
do have
and are set to begin
our
the
first
playoffs
set of
this week
players.
with their top
I think it's going to
6
be the defending
teams.
champs. We're going to have 4 times in a row where it's not defending champs, right? And one of them, we know for sure who the other one. Yeah, we do. Okay, so we do know. All right. So we're gonna give resurrect to one former king. Well, actually, both of them were kings, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna resurrect Nice and Botvinnik because Trigger can't defend his title, so we get to start over again.
Yeah. And Nice probably felt a little robbed yesterday with missing that Spire, so he's probably looking for some revenge, wanting to be king for just a little bit longer than he was, so be cool to see. And how he stacks up against Botvinnik, or I guess how Botvinnik kind of stacks up against Nice. Obviously Nice a little bit more established of a player in those weeklies and things like that, so
yeah, so
I
it's
look forward to it.
Protoss versus Terran, really cool. So I think we're pretty much ready. Admin, whenever you're ready to start, get going on that. I like PVT. As mentioned,
Yeah, it's a good
I really-
matchup.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about the matchup these days. It's kind of cool. Minus the TVT. I don't know, depending on
Yeah.
the players.
And I believe yesterday we had one TVT, and then aside from that, every matchup had a Protoss in
There you
it. So we'll see if we wind up with any TVZs or anything like that, or ZVZs even. I find that a little unlikely, but we'll see, because it kind of just depends on who winds up challenging.
Yep. All right. Well, welcome.
Storm StarCraft League, King of the Hill.
Go start with introductions. The chess fan, one of the kings from yesterday, it's Botvinnik from Spain.
And in the upper left, from Alpha X, another one of our previous kings, looking to extend his reign. It is Nice.
Nice. You know what? I should make a new name. Noice. On one of my practice accounts, I should do that.
Yeah.
Now I got a new ID.
That is a really early probe out of Nice for the scout there.
Was it even a pylon scout or
It almost looked pre-pylon to me.
pre-pylon scout?
So he's really wanting to get that info coming in. Maybe just also to harass that SCV.
Yeah, delay it.
I don't think we... Yeah, I don't think we saw Nice play versus any Terrans yesterday. It was all Zerg, right up until Starkiller beat him, I believe.
Yeah, and look at this. It's not really delaying anything. It's the guy did a swap, right? The SCV.
Yeah, that was good micro out of Botvinnik. Obviously, he still has to be careful with that SCV. It's only 2 hits from death, but I like where he positioned it. I'm not sure if that's fully on purpose, but it is right in the middle of the mineral line, which means if Nice wants to get to it, he's going to have to try and get past like 4 or 5 SCVs on either side.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sometimes I put him back into the gas, so they pop in and out, but then I can't repair if need.
Right, yeah, I think that works as well. It's also completely possible he just clicked it back to the mineral line and it kind of just wound up there.
And we're
Pulling 2
over-analyzing.
SCVs down real- yeah. Pulls 2 SCVs down real quick just to make sure he gets that CC down. That's a little strange that he pulled that and also made a really fast Marine. Or at least it feels a little weird to me. It's kind of both for the same purpose, right? To clear off that probe.
Yeah,
Anyways.
maybe he just never really got to pull away the
The second one.
Yeah, look at
Sure.
this.
Oh. Proxy pylon, yeah. That feels slightly late. Possibly just for... No, it'll probably be for some tech building. Let's see. Okay, that's Stargate. Just a
yeah.
little bit of a delayed one. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking like these guys are robots where everything they do is perfect, but even pros, even at the highest level, we've seen them make mistakes. Where they're like, oh, I forgot this, I forgot that, or I was late this, like that. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't even think that was particularly late for his build. It was actually his third pylon, where a lot of times you proxy your second one. So maybe just wanted to have that second pylon so Botvinnik feels slightly at ease, and then you pair that with the really early probe scout, and maybe you don't have the same amount of gas as early, so you don't even really need the second pylon proxy, because you won't have enough gas to use it anyways. So
yeah, and look
I don't
at
even know
this.
that was strictly a mistake. That could have been on purpose, and yeah, that has to be a frustrating delay there.
Yeah, the timing on this, gets here before the command center was finished, so he was able to take 3 shots at the probe. The SCV. I gotta see this build really from Nice, because every time I try this, unless I really be cheesy,
you always get there right too late, right?
Yeah, I'm like, how did he do that? So.
Yeah, I wonder if the probe being there that early is what allowed that to happen. Although Botvinnik going for an extremely fast. We saw this. He did this in TVT as well, like a Hellion drop. Apparently, he kind of favors that, at least in those 2 matchups.
Oh no! Look at this.
Oh boy. Well.
Well.
Does lose the Adepts, but that's going to allow him to clean out the mines. And the Hellions are coming in, though. And there's not a whole lot of anything
Okay, who's
to
gonna
defend
do
here,
more?
unless you count probes. There's not really much to defend. Good probe micro, though, just pulling them. Only 6 down so far. Got to be careful of those mines. Does pull away. And I mean, okay.
Well,
yeah, GG.
that might be one of the
Well,
shorter ones we've had.
Yeah, for sure. Nice just it feels like if Nice is just a little bit more skilled than his opponent and he knows it, he just kills him as fast as he possibly can. He doesn't want to like leave room for error or anything like that.
I don't want to deal with it. It's like, I'm not here to play. I'm just
Yeah.
here to win. Great cash, homie.
Well, and then we have Hydra coming up. Hydra doesn't look like he's ranked this season, but I know he was about mid Grandmaster Protoss a couple seasons ago. So
Go. Great. Well, should know about the nice shenanigans. Be careful, Hydra.
yeah, we'll see how he fares. But yeah, man, I mean, as soon as he, I mean, we saw it with a Legacy, I believe it was yesterday with Nice. As soon as he feels like he can win, he wins, man.
According to our schedule, we're on 2000 atmosphere.
Yeah. As a PvP map, I'm not really sure how that's going to shake out. Or is it? No, I think we might be on Beckett.
Oh.
Wait. Maybe not. No, yeah. I think at the schedule, because it says Trigger Botvinnik was romanticized.
Oh yeah, maybe they haven't cleaned that up yet because of Trigger.
Yeah,
not
okay. So
being
probably
there.
is 2000, yeah.
I think there's a link that we can give you guys if you want to follow along to that list. Or you can just not and just wait for it to be official. Okay, that's really happened. It's the official. Because that's a working list that I was shown. That's all organized. So I think we're ready already. PvP, Hydra,
Yep.
Nice. The next challenger.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get that probe in the wall off on time against Nice. Obviously, Legacy had a little bit of trouble with that. I wonder if we'll see that same 3-gate out of Nice or if he'll play a little bit more passive.
And we're loading into the... Alright, this is very last day of
Psystorm StarCraft League, King of the Hill.
Alright, our challenger. I believe he's from CSO Esports. It is Hydra. The other Hydra. There's another
Yep.
Hydra from Root a few years ago.
Yeah. And then in the upper right, he's once again grabbed the crown. Will he be able to keep it for a little bit longer this time? From Alpha X, it is Nice.
The first two-time king at PSL's
Yeah.
King of the Hill.
He said, no, I can do it better. Trust me, just give me a second chance. And here he
Right.
has it, so we'll see how long he lasts.
Or how long the opponent lasts. The last game, man, it was 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. Could be over quite quickly. Oh, is he? Oh, he's just scouting. Okay, I was like, that would be a really weird timing.
So
Now
we've
he's not walling on the high ground. He's just throwing down his gateways.
Yeah, and you know, me personally, when I play Protoss, I just don't want to deal with the open thing. It's too inviting. But I guess he's really confident. Too inviting for the depths. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Like me personally, if I see that it's open, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep testing you.
True, yeah. I mean, I wonder if Nice is just like, nah, I'll adept you before you have the opportunity anyways, so I don't even need to worry about it.
Yep.
Or, I know sometimes people like to do things that seem bad to bait their opponent into doing something that they wouldn't
That they
necessarily
want.
have done, so they're not as good at doing it, and then you just defend it really well and get ahead that way, so maybe that as well.
Yeah. So what I was saying about the King of the Hills, right? We've had, I think he's the fourth one that hasn't really died. Trigger, third or fourth that hasn't really been killed, right? Just kind of abandoned his throne. There's a term for that. Abdicated his throne.
Abdicated?
Or whatever.
Abdicated.
Yeah, that's something like that, right? So, although technically Nice did not abdicate his throne, he's a repeat. So it's good to see him. But the other ones that did abdicate their throne, they can come back pretty much right away and defend that title. But then if there's a reigning one, they come in. How does that work? Who's the real king? I guess that's one of those Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I'll have to do like a rock, paper, scissors before the actual game or something.
The Hydra. Last expansion.
And we see that third gateway out of Nice once again. And that pylon's going down outside of Hydra's third. I guess not really even outside.
Yeah, look at that. Nice. Doesn't know about this expansion. The last time this is what happened. He warped in at depths to bust through, right?
Right, yeah.
But
I
this
wonder if
time,
we'll see those again, but yeah, Hydra looks more prepared.
I mean, at a minimum, he has a probe in there. So.
Oh, and I think his Phoenix just scouted, his hallucination just scouted Nice, so he probably saw that third gateway as well.
And he saw no expansion, probably?
Yeah.
Yeah, he saw no expansion, so... He is ready.
So he is aware of the situation. Ready. We see 2 more shield batteries. It is Stalkers out of Nice this time. I wonder what prompts him to make Stalkers as opposed to making Adepts in this situation. Hard to tell. Anyways, he's coming in. I don't know that this is going to work. I mean, he's doing really good target fire. There's no overcharge on the shield battery yet, but I mean, 3 Stalkers got trapped by really good force fields out of Hydra.
Wow.
And there we go. Great body blocking with the sentries as well, and there's that overcharge. And I mean, this looks really good for Hydra at this point. He's up, double the army supply, up 4 workers and a base.
So, this is the surprising thing with this, right? I've seen this work anyway, even if the guy seems prepared, where there are just too many Stalkers and they one-shot and then they eventually win anyway. But, Hydra is smart enough and was over-preparing because, you know what I mean? So I've seen others where they think they can defend and all of a sudden there's so much more Stalkers. Even with the shield battery, it wasn't enough. So there was one pro game that I saw. It was Europe versus Europe player, right? So I'll have to look for it. But I was really surprised that you can bust through this if the guy has just a slight misstep.
Right, yeah. And I actually saw a couple cool things I want to talk about. So at that fight, that one Zealot tanked the first, I think, just the first wave of shots, right?
Oh.
Well, if you look at that red health Stalker, that gave him enough time to kill 1 Stalker before he could start targeting his Stalkers. That's like 1 shot from death. So that Zealot being there tanked just enough for that Stalker to not die. So who knows how much that could have snowballed. And then on Nice's side of the map, we actually see that wall off. So I think he did exactly what I was talking about, where he puts those 2 gateways, tries to bait his opponent into making Adepts, which will be really bad at holding, and then makes that wall off so they can't do anything.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. That's great insight. It is baiting people like me. They get all excited.
Yeah, and then he hits you with the Stalkers, and you have 2 Adepts, and you're like, well, this is not particularly useful. And we see actually Adepts for Nice now coming out. So,
yeah.
But they were blocked off pretty effectively by Hydra so far.
And actually, Hydra didn't really see any Adepts at all. So he removed his probe. And this happens once in a while when I see... I've seen... and there you go. And that's what I was saying. You start taking off the probe because you don't think you need it anymore. The guy never made any Adepts. Right?
Yeah.
And then boom. This works too, and that's what the beauty of PvP. It's really crazy sometimes. Sometimes you can pull a lot of Adepts, and boom, all of a sudden with a glaive Adepts, it still works. I've seen Sakura do that. Some of the Hong Kong players do that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a period of time where when SOS played a series of PvP, just about every time one of the games would be him just going six Adept opening and just straight up killing, some of the top Korean Protosses with it. So they are... It seems so simple. It's like just, have a probe and wall off, right? But it's never that simple.
Nice gets away. Look at this.
Yeah, great micro.
Oh, I think this is within range, man. Nice. I'm surprised he didn't go at the very corner. Like he's not experienced like the Terrans with their dropships to know where to hide.
Yeah. And actually, Hydra's only mining from 1 gas in his main. I'm not sure if that's on purpose, but I mean, if you're missing in 1 out of 3 of your gases in mining, that could really come back to bite you later if you're counting on that.
No, he put it
there
back
we go.
now.
Okay, it does refill.
He took it off and put it back.
I think it got taken off when the Adepts came in, is why I was kind of concerned.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
You know, you pull all your probes and then you forget to refill. I know I've done that, and then you're like, wait a second, I don't have the gas I need to continue playing this game. But he does refill it, so we should be okay. And he's up. He's got a significant supply lead right now.
Oh, yeah.
Playing really well. Like I said, I've not seen him in a little while, but obviously he's kept up the practice, and he's killing it.
Nice with the first third base amongst the two.
Yeah, Hydra's probe has been sitting out there for about a full minute and a half now, and he's just not sure if that's what he wants to do. Maybe he's just going to go for the kill move. I'm not sure he has enough production. He does have 6 gateways, but so does Nice. Nice has been pretty conservative with his third, and he does have Disruptor tech out now.
The Hydra supply count for his army is a lot bigger, though. It's almost double, so...
That is true. I'm concerned with the if those Disruptors catch Hydra off guard, though. I mean, 2 Disruptors on Stalkers.
Yes.
I think they have Blink at least. They do have Blink and +1, but still, you got to be really careful.
Ooh, I think he saw that with his hallucination, the Disruptor. So there you go. It's all about this.
Yep. Yeah, and he's sending another hallucination. I'm not sure what that Stalker Blink was.
Oh, Blink's right there.
Excellently done. Good force fields to keep that Immortal from retreating as well. Should be able to blink on top of this next Disruptor if he wants to. Just going to blink away, maybe? Okay. Manages to walk backwards far enough. And looking good so far. There is the Shield Battery Overcharge. Does target down the Disruptor and the Battery Overcharge. And I mean, 4 Immortals and against
we have a new king, probably.
Yeah, it's looking that way. Nice's supply is plummeting, and the Stalkers and Immortals stand strong. He hasn't lost a single Immortal. Well, now that I say that, there goes 2. But GG, Hydra. Holy
We got
moly.
a new king, guys. The terms for these kings aren't very long, aren't they? They rule for about... We should probably do an average.
Yeah, like
at least the last 2 days.
I think the average is like... Here, I can check it.
1.5. I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, roughly.
Short-term limits here, guys. Like a Banana Republic where you can get overthrown by a coup really quick. A king or a president or whatever, the fake president. So. But here they do it under, fair rules and challenges, which is StarCraft, right? So it actually almost reminds me of the Black Panther, where you can challenge the king if you have the right to the throne. Face him, throw him off.
Yeah, so if I have calculated it correctly, it was 14 matches with 10 kings, so it's 1.4 matches.
Alright, guys, that's just what he's talking about. The last 2 days have been really fast. Changes of regimes. But very well played. So yeah, this is what happened yesterday, day 3. I mean, you can see here there wasn't a long-term king, so probably just 2. And so today starts off nice having that throne for 1 term, and boom, one day term, I guess. One time period. Very nice. Well played by Hydra. Actually have not seen Hydra play, so it's cool. He defended that. He identified pre-gate.
Yeah,
build.
I mean, the decision to go for Stalker Sentry immediately was obviously worked out very well. He had that scout just in time to kind of know exactly what was going on. And yeah, like I said, I do wonder what exactly triggers Nice to go for Adepts as opposed to going for Stalkers with that build, but I guess we'll never know. And yeah, I mean, just defended that really well, and then it was pretty easy closeout, I think.
Yes, I mean, you have the lead, and then it was pretty straightforward. No missteps, run them over, right? The blink was perfect to the disruptor, not taking any... I don't think he took one disruptor shot, maybe one to the Zealot at one point, but I'm not even sure.
Yeah, one Zealot went down, but obviously you need a little bit more with the disruptors at that point than that. And that battery of Immortals as well. I mean, 4 Immortals is just so strong.
Yes. Alright, so I think we do have the lobby now. Next challenger.
Yeah.
Peach. Who is this? We'll reveal that to you. We made it lobby. Okay.
Yeah, they're having a little bit of trouble figuring out exactly what they want to host on. It looks like Hydra is actually European.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I haven't seen him as much. Maybe he's been practicing in Europe. And our other opponent is US, so they're having a little bit of like squabble about where exactly we need to host the map. I think we got to figure it out though.
Well, if this is the players, and I think it is, we got someone returning, and it's from our team.
Yeah.
One of the kings. He had a short term, but he was a king. He knocked out Ruff. And here he is, looking to knock out Hydra. It's going to be Ice Storm Gaming's Ryan. PvP again, guys.
Yeah, and I feel like it'll be a little bit of a different one because at least the way Hydra played that last time felt a little bit defensive, kind of just scout what my opponents do and macro up and, you know, kill them once they have the opportunity. Whereas I feel like Ryan's going to do largely the same thing. We won't really have that nice who's going to be like, I'm going to go 3 gate, or I'm going to go for a really aggressive build besides that, things like that. So it might be a little bit more calm the first 5 minutes, but we'll see.
Yes, this should be a different PvP. Welcome everyone, this is King of the Hill. And the bottom left, the challenger, a one-time king himself. It is Ryan from our team.
And the top right from CSO Esports, it is Hydra. Grabbed himself that kingship against Nice, no less.
Yep.
Probably one of the tougher people you could get it from.
Hail Hydra. Wonder if that's Hydra from the Marvel stuff or what. But it's obviously spelled a little different. Not the StarCraft Zerg Hydra. Because if it was HY, it could be that, it could be Marvel, could be something else. But it could be the actual supposed mythical animal or whatever.
I just always assumed it was a smoke weed reference combined with the StarCraft unit, but I have no clue, to be honest.
I gotta be high. I would have let those adepts in. But I got high. No, he didn't get high. He actually was on top of his game.
Yeah, very much so. And double gate out of both players. Not particularly shocking based off the map's layout. And a potential proxy out of Hydra.
Cool. Love these Protoss builds, man. Every time I watch Protoss versus Protoss, you have to pay attention and see what I can copy. Because Protoss is fun, man. It's a lot of fun to play, to be honest. Being a Zerg player. Actually, I'm a Zerg player, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a good break.
Good break from being bullied.
Yeah. And Ryan, of course, has been very on top of his scouts in the PvPs we've seen so far, including this one, it seems like. But it's going to be triple gate Robo.
Wow, this is cool.
He did go for a somewhat fake pylon in the main base, so it's possible Ryan does not realize as of yet that it is a proxy.
Yep.
Obviously, he was able to know that Trigger was proxying.
Oh, and Ryan's making adept, so there you go.
Yeah, that is true. They will get the scout off, but he's going to need to have batteries and everything else, but it's definitely not looking incredibly good for him right now. That is a very, very far away location for a robo proxy, though.
He wants to make sure it doesn't get scouted. I think that's what that is. But
doesn't want to get scouted, but then at the same time, the trade-off is that it will take a long time for any units to get to Ryan's base for the reinforce or even for the initial push.
But you know, Ryan will only see right now that there is no expansion. It's not that unusual.
That is true. And he does see double Stalker. He has a Stargate on the way, which is a pretty decent response to this. He did make a safety shield battery on the high ground, I believe, or maybe that was just a canceled.
Oh, he's
no,
making
okay, it's in his.
Phoenix. Okay, and he's gonna expand. Okay.
I think Phoenix is really good against this because he can lift the Immortals and also shoot down the Prism if they do make it.
Yep.
Oh, he sees the Stalker move out, I think? Yeah, he does. Okay, that's got to be a little suspicious to see 4
he knows
Stalkers
it's
moving
going to
out.
be a hard pressure, no expansion. He knows to prepare. And also
Yeah,
mentally to
does.
cancel this, right? So he probably won't hold a Nexus, you know, so kind of common for PvP. And actually when he shades here, he'll see that it's permanently closed, at least more permanent, unless you destroy that. So you know something hard is coming. Something.
I think he's trying to use the Nexus as like a buffer for a minute. I really hope he does cancel that. You can't hold that, Ryan, so please don't even try. I do like the 2 Phoenix. They'll be able to shut down an Immortal and also a Stalker if need be. I like how Hydra's like, he probably still doesn't know, so I'll hide the Immortal. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure he knows at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, you got to cancel that, man.
Yes.
All right, good. Very well done.
Yeah, he was just using the hit points to buy time, and there you go.
Yeah, I'd like to see another shield battery or 2. There we go. Okay. And we do have the 2 Phoenix. Did he actually get the Void Ray out, or did he cancel it for that 3rd Phoenix?
Okay.
He did. He canceled the Void Ray that was on the way. So I guess scouting that Immortal and confirming it with the Phoenix was enough for him to be like, actually, I don't really want the Void Ray. But, I mean, Hydra isn't that far up in the Stalker count right now, and 3 Phoenix, I mean, that, you know, removes an Immortal and 2 Stalkers.
I don't think he's going to bust them, and he probably... Happen. Oh, he's going to go for round 2. Because look, he's making another Immortal. He hasn't tried to expand.
Well, it's hard to do whenever you walled yourself in. He is going to go for Blink as like a secondary kind of all-in.
Round 2 of the attack. Ryan knows there's no expansion, so...
Oh, he's sending the Phoenix across. I hope he doesn't use too many lifts, though, because you really do need to have 1 lift on each Phoenix for the fight for them to be very useful here.
Phoenix can do the traditional thing. He wants to use it on probes. This is your Q, Hydra. Not enough energy for those Phoenixes. Or not like
he's only going to have 1 to 2 lifts. Granted, he only needs 1 to 2 because it's mainly the Immortals you're worried about. The Stalkers with the shield batteries can't handle the enemy Stalkers just fine.
Oh no, he took out one of the Phoenix that was rallying over. So 1 less Phoenix also. Ryan closes too.
Oh no. Oh, his Phoenix are all on the other side of the map. I don't know why he's doing this. He knows it's all in at this point. Like, why are you...
Yeah.
Like... Maybe the initial probes make sense where he lifts them up, but I mean, just sitting them there from there, I don't know. Oh my gosh, the shield battery's out of energy. He's going to be able to break through. Hydra is going to remake gateways, but I mean, he already has enough production for the money he has, so that just means, you know, those gateways aren't going to be very useful for him.
Good cancel here.
And that's going to cut into his Stalker production on the other side of the map. Good cancels. We do have 2 shield batteries. There's 1 in the mineral line as well, so that could even come into play. Oh, but oh no.
Yeah, there you go.
Oracle. You got to make an Oracle. He doesn't have... Oh, never mind. He's a Robo.
Yeah.
Silly me. Good target on the Sentry, but at the same time, the Sentry doesn't have energy for a force field anyways, so I don't really know.
Within range.
Okay, I like the battery overcharge. He's just saying, you know what? You're not going to kill that with the DT. Okay.
And look, on the other side, you can keep lifting and killing. Hydra's falling behind the workers.
But now there's Blink. Okay. I don't think he can blink up here, though. Although he did use battery overcharge for the DT, so he doesn't have that now for the main fight.
He does have 2...
but he is up 11 supply, but a lot of that is in Phoenix. I don't know.
I think I would come home here now, because, you know, you don't need to kill any more workers. His Phoenix is just making its way home, but is it too late? This is really scary for...
I think a probe pull could defend this at the end of the day.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Well, here you go.
Stalkers are all so low. Oh man, he's got to get him into range of his shield battery down south, but I don't know if he's going to be able to.
Oh man, you know, Ryan had a really nice defense, a huge advantage, but he got too, would you say, greedy with his Phoenixes on the other side trying to kill more workers.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really questionable to me why you'd still have him over there. Like, you know, he's 1 base, and you have far better tech advantage, and his production is all on the other side of the map, right? So it's like, what really is he going to be able to do to you? He does get battery overcharge up, which is really good. able to lift the Stalkers. He's going to be able to defend, I think, but it's, you know, he's lost his lead, really. So now he's defended, but it's a just barely kind of thing. His
Indeed.
opponent does have 4-gate Blink, so...
Yeah, and think about it.
Oh my
He
gosh.
also had 2 Adepts on the other side the whole time, too. So he had all these Phoenixes, the Adepts, and he wants to defend here, and Hydra almost really ended the game because of that, right?
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I mean, you have the Adepts on the other side of the map. They're already forcing Hydra to have his attention split, right, to defend against
Nice
those. So it's
pull
like, why not
again.
just let those do that and keep the Phoenix back here? He isn't dead yet, but I mean...
It's even worker
I
count.
just don't see this holding.
Now it's
Does
not
have
even.
the Adepts back here now, but I mean, Blink is just so strong in these tiny, scrappy scenarios, and yeah, I think Ryan got a little too greedy with those Phoenix.
Yes. You had, I think, you know for sure the guy still has to go 1 base on you, so, I mean, at a minimum, I would have maybe even left 2 Phoenixes at home. I don't know, if you really want to keep killing workers on the other side with your 3 or something. And time is running out. There's a lot more Stalkers here. And unfortunately,
GG is
Ryan
gone.
had a good shot. He had a good shot.
Yeah, he almost had the hold there. I think just getting a little too confident and moving out with those Phoenix really kind of cost him there. But
Yeah.
well played by both.
Indeed, and I know what not to do. I've learned a lot
Yeah.
from that game, right? That was really cool to see.
Yeah,
what-
I mean, the defense, the idea of how to defend that, like,
Mhm.
proxy robo was really good. Just some of the execution, there was 1 or 2 mistakes, and obviously in PvP, 1 or 2 mistakes is very big, so...
Yes, it was really cool to see how Ryan defended that. It was almost a perfect. It was pretty much a perfect defense until he sent out and not use his Phoenixes. You know, the first time when he went there to kill some probes, I like it. But then I'd go back, because now I definitely have a huge lead, right? Because you killed workers, you're both on 1 base. He was unsuccessful going up the first time.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I think the first round of lifts was good, but especially after you see that research on the Twilight, which maybe he just didn't notice it, but once you see it as Blink, you got to be pretty worried. Like, he's as all in as he can get. He's got a Robo, a Twilight, a Dark Shrine, Blink, 3 or 4, well, 5 gateways if you count the 2 he made to reroll.
Yeah, that you
like,
can't
he is all
support
in
on 1 base. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we gotta give credit though to Hydra, where he has multiple stages on
Yeah,
that
I
attack,
mean-
which is really cool, right? As you said, he
Yeah.
started with a Robo Stalker attack with the Prism, so you can't just force field and trap and all that stuff, right? You can do that micro, and then boom, he goes to the next level after you defend it. He gets Blink, and then he gets DT, which actually caused some problems too. 1 DT almost. You know.
Yeah, and I mean, that could have been the turning point of the game there, because that forced out the, or one of the many turning points, I should say. That forced out the battery overcharge to deal
Mhm.
with just the DT.
Yep.
And then you don't have that for the Blink attack, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, that was a really fun PvP to watch from both
Yeah.
sides. You know, they executed well. It was just that crucial decision for Ryan to lose his lead and eventually. So, anyway, that was fun. I learned a lot. That was really cool. And you know, if it's cool for me, where you and I have seen a ton of games, casual, viewers will probably enjoy that even more. I don't know.
Yeah,
The
for sure.
subtleties of that was really cool. Anyway, we have a returning player for the next match. We're ready to go.
Yeah, apparently Hydra's just going to have to defend his throne against a wave of former kings all trying to come back, so...
Straight. And this is a one of the former kings who had a 1-term limit.
Yeah, very, very short-lived king. Botvinnik, I believe, took Art out, yeah.
Yeah,
His
so
very first match as king.
he got Art. Go, guys. And this is
Storm StarCraft League, King of the Hill.
challenger and former king again. It's Art from Alpha X.
And in the bottom right, from CSO Esports, it is Hydra.
You know what's cool, man? And what I realized, casting, you actually learn a lot more than playing. It's just because
Yeah.
you see how the higher level players do things, the reasons, and then you notice this. It's almost like watching replays of yourself, but you're executing things better or whatever, and you're watching the opponent. I feel like you've learned a lot more, and you improve more.
Yeah, for sure. And I was gonna say, Art has seemed to me so far as a very kind of creative, kind of flashy player. Obviously, we saw that cool build with the triple DT, but then also, even when he lost against Botvinnik, we saw the really cool kind of trying to drop stalkers on top of the Marines to pull fire from the siege tanks and get splash on them. So definitely some very creative stuff out of him. I'm interested to see how he approaches PvP. Obviously, this is the only matchup we've not seen him play yet. So it'll be cool to see how he approaches it. He is going for that low ground wall off because he does have the ramp on Blackburn, obviously. So it's one gate expand.
And Hydra is
Hydra,
not.
though. Yeah, sticking to his guns. He knows what he likes. And so I guess the big question here is Hydra going to do a fast expand as well?
Ooh, look
and
at this.
I guess the big answer is no, he's not. That does look more like a Stargate proxy location potentially, although I guess you could do some sort of thing with like a Robo and like a really fast Warp Prism or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's Stargate, and he still has the option if he sees the expansion down there to. He could probably still do the battery thing, right? He just has to put another pylon and boom, close to the structure.
He could. Obviously, he did see that where the gateway placement is for Art, and that's generally pretty indicative that it's going to be some sort of fast expand. But Art,
Art
doing that. He's
smells
actually
it.
just going for his own Stargate.
Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
He smelled it, man. He was scouting. He has 2 probes out looking in the map. In addition, he made a Zealot. He was super suspicious, and he sends it out right away.
Being super careful. Obviously, he knows this is a bit of a weird map, so he's like, you know what? I am not going to give you any opportunity. I'd really kind of like to see the stalker target down that so it can't build any shield batteries. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, the Zealot, maybe not, but all right, good, good. Oh, we do have 2 stalkers over here, but there won't be any batteries to support anything. Although, I guess it's just a gateway. I didn't even notice. He didn't even make a Stargate. It was actually Art's Stargate.
Yeah, he was really hardcore on defending this. He didn't cancel. He could have canceled it and just let the 1 pylon die, but he really wanted to do something with this because his whole build was around this, I guess, so.
Yeah, now Art able to chase him away with that Zealot on top of his 2 stalkers. And I mean, I just don't see that proxy gateway doing all too much. Art's got out a Void Ray.
Yep.
Gonna be able to start up a second one. He's being super careful with his batteries. I don't even know why that one's in the main base. Maybe he doesn't realize it's a gateway either. Oh, he did not scout it. I bet you he just didn't click on that and he assumed it was a Stargate and not a gateway. Because he's sitting here like, all right, when is the Void Ray gonna fly in?
That's a very good point, and that's highly unusual at this level. But I guess at this level you kind of make assumptions too.
Yeah, well, unlike a lot of players generally.
Oh, wait a minute! There's a big attack here.
Oh boy, and he got the shield battery.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Art misreads it as a Stargate build, but it's actually.
Oh, but there's another Void Ray. I almost like this more, right? Because they're trading out their whole armies, which is not something Hydra really wanted to do. So at the end of the day, it does work out because of that second Void Ray. But yeah, I think what it was is, you probably know about this trick, but for the viewers who don't, when a gateway or a Stargate is building, they are the same size. They look the same.
Yep.
Robo looks slightly smaller. So he was probably trying to distinguish if it was a Robo or a Stargate, and he sees the size and he's like, oh, it's Stargate. When in reality, it was actually a gateway. So I imagine that's why, especially with the positioning of where it was, right? That screamed Stargate to, I think, all of us with where it was. So I don't necessarily blame him in the heat of the moment. He's trying to micro his stalkers and everything, and keep scouting. So I don't know. But we do have a fast expand behind this for Hydra. So obviously he did not commit like he did with Ryan. So we'll see if he can pull back.
Well, I'd like to go back on that a little bit. I know you don't want to blame him on it, but remember, he had the Zealot there swiping away. He didn't have to micro that much. I'm really surprised he didn't click on it whatsoever, right? Because he had plenty of time. So I think that goes back to the assumption thing. If we could interview him, great, but we probably don't need an interview on these kind of things. But it would be really cool just to see. It's like, did you actually, you had time and you just never bothered? You know what I mean? Because I really feel like he had enough time, because he was here. He even sent a second guy, so it only takes a second to confirm. Right,
Yeah,
a
that's true.
millisecond to confirm, right? With a little quick, and these guys are quick.
That is very true.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't think this is going to go particularly well. He will be able to get into that back corner. I think
Recall.
he's going to get away with both. Oh, no.
Oh,
Can he?
he can't get away there. Oh, wow.
But, I mean, he is able to
okay.
fight pretty effectively. He should be able to get a recall off then and maybe get both Void Rays out. Obviously, only like 1 or 2 stalkers could shoot him at a time, which is not enough DPS to really challenge a Void Ray.
And there you go. This third Void Ray going to finish that one off. It's a recall of the 2 Void Rays. So
Looks like he stopped at 3, and they're both going into +1 and Blink at this point.
very complex game here. VP. Lots of nuances that we're discussing, and we could be completely wrong on some of them too. Right?
Yeah. Absolutely. But I'm really glad to see it didn't just end there. Like it definitely could have. It'll be good to see a little bit of a longer PvP out of these two. They both seem like very strong players so far. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they both go for. It looks like it's just going to be Blink. I wonder if we'll see any disruptors out of either player and possibly both. Right now, though, it's just that gateway explosion coming out.
Yeah, Art's looking to expand already. There you go.
Uh-oh. Hydra's doing 6 gateways. I think Hydra's looking to attack. And obviously, we saw a similar sort of thing out of him against Nice. He was a little bit farther ahead in that game. But if you only have 2 gateways of production like Art does, he is adding on 2 more now. Or I'm sorry. He'll have 3 in total. Okay, there's the 4th.
And he...
So it's going to be a little hard to defend.
And he stopped making Void Rays, too. So I was going to say, if he had another couple of Void Rays or whatever, that'll help quite a bit, but...
True that. He is dropping 2 shield batteries at the 3rd, so I like that, being pretty careful with it. He should have +1 in time for this attack at a Hydra, and it is going to be an attack at a Hydra. We see the units moving out, although they're moving in a little bit of a weird way. Maybe just trying to intercept that scout. Yeah, he just doesn't want him to see the 6 gateways. So, just denying the scout.
But he doesn't deny looking for the 3rd expansion, which never came, right? So
that's true. That is very true. Did he scout though the triangle 3rd? I think in theory he could have taken that one, and I'm not sure that Art scouted that, but who knows? All I know is as a player, I tend to go like, I scout exactly what I needed to scout, and then I'm like, well, you know, my opponent could have done this weird thing, and then I die. It's like, oh, you know, he probably just took his 3rd over there, and then I died to an all-in, you know, so.
Yep, well, here it is.
Blink forward is very fortunate.
Oh, they're not by the shield batteries. Art!
There goes every single Void Ray,
and
he
was
most
out
of the
of
Stalkers
position.
are going to fall as well, most likely. And yeah, I mean, we just see that production difference, right? There's so many more Stalkers for Hydra. It's currently 16 to 9.
And there's more
there's
coming.
3 sentries for Hydra as well. Yeah, 6 more Stalkers on the way. It's only 4 gateways finished up for Art right now. He is able to make lots of shield batteries, so he's really going to have to lean on those. But I mean, there's so many Stalkers, he can kind of just target down through healing. And he has those sentries for those force fields as well. And Art, I mean, Hydra must have gotten like a whole lot better or something recently, because he was like 5,500. This feels like really high level, at least out of the PvPs we've seen.
Art is a Europe region DreamHack competitor in the groups, man. So
yeah, he's doing really well as well. He's absolutely killing it. Obviously, he has to kill this 3rd here. If Art defends, Art will be okay because he does have a 3rd Nexus up, which Hydra does not. Oh, I do like the Immortal. Will he be able to blink on top of that?
He's trying to fight away from the Immortal.
I think Art might hold this. Holy cow. I mean, that is some incredible micro out of Art here.
Although, it's risky to get up here without the support of your shield batteries.
That's very true. We don't want Immortal to get blinked on.
That's what I was saying. Oh, man. But then there you go.
I think, yeah, I don't think he should have pushed up that ramp. Maybe blink after and then retreat, right? Get one more volley off. But pushing all the way up the ramp, especially with the Immortal, because he doesn't have... You can't blink Immortals, sadly. Someone needs to get on that. But, yeah, no, I don't know. This isn't looking too hot for Art at this point. Shield battery overcharges are already used. His shield batteries are out of energy. And Hydra's being very careful, but it's definitely looking a little bit...
What a game by Hydra, man. This guy... I like watching Art with his builds too, but Hydra is pretty cool too with the way he has this aggressive way of playing.
Yeah, he's definitely he definitely likes to get the kill off on his opponents in PvP at the very least, and he's doing it very well. Yeah, I just don't see a way out here for Art. I really think, yeah, if he hadn't pushed up that ramp with that Immortal, he might have been okay. But GG is called, and Hydra taking it.
Nice job, the defense. Wow. You know, PvP, man, it's a lot of fun to watch, even though it's mirror match and it's second or third one we've had.
Yeah, has Hydra played? No, Hydra's played 3 Protoss so far, and he has absolutely destroyed them out, I'm willing to say. The closest one definitely felt like Ryan, but managed to clean that one up nonetheless. And that one was a little close at times. Art had some incredible blink micro there at the third, but not overextended just a little bit, I would say. Obviously, Hydra was still a little bit up in supply, even at that point in time, but pushing up the ramp, losing your Immortal, definitely kind of closed it out.
All right, well, entertaining games. We're going to take a break, guys. So we'll be back as we set up the next challenger.
With the pistol, and Leo's still fragging out on the side. Hello, communication. They're getting a bit ahead of themselves, but they should still have this round.
He's 1-0. It's fine.
This entire series, I can't believe the speed, the speed at the end.
The Epic CIS League started its playoffs this week. Right now, Team Spirit, Gambit Esports, Virtus Pro, and Akuma are in the upper bracket semifinals. Playoffs will determine a winner this week.
SDY with the shots, 2 AKs in hand. This is looking dire. This might be the round in which Team Spirit...
Okay.
No scope jumping? Are you kidding me?
And the ESEA Premier League continued its group stage throughout North America, Australia, and Europe. Some teams started to edge ahead or fall behind, but with 4 weeks left to play, there's still everything for these teams to play for, including a spot in the ESL Pro League for Season 14.
Be pivotal. Should even find another here as well. Hazza getting the job done. See you later, Raz. Not quite. Now they've got to try and isolate the position. Hazza picking up
the range. GXX will play the edges of the smoke so close to the headshot. Finds it at the second time of asking. Now it gets violent. Sprays transferred 3-on-3. They've got them isolated on the site, but the shots not quite connecting. All 3 start to swing. Now the frag's there for Lambert. One's low and he's traded down. All on GXX in the 1v3. He's got to clear all these angles. He'll find the first headshot. That bomb not far enough gone, though. It will be 15. LDLC very nearly caught out on the retake.
He's got some good ground. If he can find this frag, this can be huge, and he's going to be able to find that. That's a good start already, and now making things a little bit more difficult. Jazz going for another. The guy's an absolute menace.
No
Make
way!
it a third! That's absolutely insane!
He's cleaning up the whole game, and he's going to be able to get another one. Jazz Pimp putting a seal of approval on the game, as now it's just down to J-Dubs in a 1v4, and he goes down in a heap. Shaco, Check, and Jazz Pimp.
That wraps up Counter-Strike for this week. Really isn't ever a dull week with that scene, is there? Certainly not this week or next week either. I'll be back to cover all 8 events that are going on right now in our next episode. For now, let's move on to some games that have a reasonable amount of results for us to look at, like Valorant. Nothing happened in Valorant this week. All the big teams are currently traveling to Reykjavik for the VCT Masters, and Reykjavik has finished holding another major event, this one for League of Legends. The mid-season invitational had a fantastic tournament and an epic finals between Damwon Gaming and Royal Never Give Up, who would end up winning it 3-2, become the champions.
Very tanky champion. The Rakan is picked off, but now the re-engage. What's it look like? Shield bow pop. Fudge dives in, looks for the kill. Not gonna take the feathers. Gets all the way to the back line, and Cloud9 may just find their 3rd win of the Rumble stage. When it's
not been a factor. It's up to the Varus. It's up to the Jace. But Xiaohu on the flank. He wants to go.
Xiaohu's ready to go, and they're already going, gone. Showmaker is down. They're gonna pick up the second on the Canyon. They'll continue pushing forward. Damwon is not long for this world. Everybody is dropping dead right in front of our eyes. Triple kill back over to Gala. Look at the game collapse around Damwon. Tia. RNG is going straight for the throat.
Over in StarCraft 2, the DreamHack Masters Summer got their main events started in Europe and North America, where the group stages are underway, and in Latin America, where they've made it into the playoffs. Special is currently waiting in the grand finals for the lower bracket to finish up.
Usually trying to sync up with his army, but rather making sure that he will get those missiles before anything happens.
Yeah, ends up losing the Raven over there, so Kellinger finally getting a little bit of a victory on that side, but the Siege tanks, even with one interference matrix,
They do so much damage, and now they're in range of the orbital.
The World Team League finished up their 8th round. Team NV continues their winning streak as they move up to 8-0. Only 3 rounds left to go. GSL Super Tournament got underway with the round of 16. Lots of great games and a few upsets. The round of 8 continues this week.
He's going to target down every single one, and that's apparently how you deal with Broodlords. And look, he can actually fly over the safety of the Thors.
So good. Yeah, well, he has to fight here, but the Corruptors, okay, they pick off a few and decide to turn around. The Thors dealing so much free damage there.
And in Brood War, the ASL finished up their semifinals with Mini taking the 4-1 over Zero and Larva with the 4-0 over Hero.
There's no need to start bringing back this game, but you can see other than the Templars there, it's just a handful of goons left over. The Hydras will chew through this army very easily. There goes 1 Templar, 2 Templar. Oh my gosh, these units are getting eaten up.
Heading over now to Rainbow Six Siege, where the biggest tournament of the year. 6 Invitational crowned a champion. Ninjas in Pajamas were the ones taking home the trophy and the $1 million prize. They won the finals 3-2 over Liquid.
Here we go. Out go the smoke canisters. Kamikaze thinking about going in for that plant. Moringa, as I said, does have an impact. Finds one. Can he get himself a second? He's being challenged from the door. Kamikaze gets PSK. It's looking like it's going in the favour. Kamikaze's pushing downstairs. He's shut down by Palu. The diffuser's down on the ground. It's 3 versus 2 as Moringa finds one upstairs as well, but he's downed. It's all down to Palu. 1 versus 2 effectively. 1 versus 3 as Moringa is finished off. 14 seconds left to go. This is tense. C4. He's got a C4 in hand. Pino takes the drop. Julio has diffuser in hand. He finds the shots, but Palu cannot find the kill. Out comes the Nitro. Shot out by Pino. That is the round in 2020. Brazilian hearts were broken, but like a phoenix, NIP rise from the ashes to claim the hammer at the 6 Invitational 2021.
In Overwatch, the Contenders Season 1 continues.
Alright guys,
in China with Team Chaser taking
we
the
are
lead.
back. So let's go to check out our challenger. We're actually in the... We are in EU now. We are in the game, ready to load. I mean, we're ready to start it actually now. So it's... Okay, it's not PvP this time. Right.
Yeah. You wait. No?
Not a PvP.
Yeah, no, it's PvT.
PvT now, so that's cool. We need a little bit of a break, although it was kind of cool to watch all the PvPs. We do want variety here. We're ready to go, admins, and our player. You've seen him before. This is his 3rd time. Our 3rd time seeing him. It's Pippins challenging Hydra.
Yeah.
Fortunately for Pippins, the previous 2 times he didn't really he didn't take out the kings. So maybe the 3rd time's the charm.
Right, yeah, will he finally claim a kingship? Of course, Hydra has had the longest streak of anyone in the last 2 days so far, and he's looking to make it even longer. He's the only person to go 3 wins.
Yes.
Looking to get a 4th. And I don't know how it's going to shake out. Obviously, we don't know a whole lot about Hydra's PvT as of yet, as we've not really seen it. It's just been a whole lot of Protoss so far, but I imagine he's pretty solid at it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Hydra.
And Pippins.
Hydra.
Pippins is a solid challenger. Obviously, he's not like a Koss or Special or anything like that, but he's up there. He's very solid, so absolutely could take this game.
Yeah, different matchup. Also, Hydra almost got held and beat by Ryan. He does win, but then he has a great game against Art, who arguably is, way higher level, right? And bam,
right.
So it's hard to say. He could have lost the first one, but then beat this really good player too. So we can't really make a prediction here, guys. Even though we've seen Pippins twice already, and Hydra at least 2-3 games. So we're ready, admins, whenever you're going.
Looks like Hydra needed a quick 2 minutes.
Okay.
So just waiting on him, and then we'll be good to go.
For Hydra, drawing up another cool build. What will it be against the Terrans?
Yeah, it was funny because after the game against Nice, it felt like he was going to be a pretty defensive kind of sit-back player, but then those next two games, he threw out 2 very aggressive proxies. And so it looks like he can do all of it. I do wonder if it was just him playing because he was playing against Nice, playing a little bit safer, going for that Stalker Sentry, just trying to get the scout. Maybe it was the map as well, although I don't think it was 1,000 Atmos, right? So it's not a particularly
well, it's
cheesy
nice,
map.
So Nice
it is
was,
nice, yeah. So it's
Nice
quite possibly just playing into that.
You would say that Nice is a higher level too, right? There's all these levels, right? And Nice is a higher level than he is.
That's true.
And so
Yeah.
the best way to beat, this is what my opinion, the best way to beat someone that's way, maybe not way higher than you in that case, but in my opinion, I'm playing someone that's way better than me, and they all in. Just by definition, that's what an all in is, right? It's a much simpler
Right.
game. I just simply defend, take a huge advantage, and just close it on, close out the game. And that's the best way to beat someone that's better than you, I think. You're not going to beat them, okay, let me macro and get a nice long standard game. I doubt it, right? They're better than you for that reason. So to me, if they all in, and I think that was definitely an all in.
Yeah, I would have to call
for
it that.
Hydra, right? And Ryan had a huge lead, and there you go. That's the best way to beat someone. Here, I don't know who's better technically. I don't know their MMRs.
Yeah, Pippin's is about 5,600, but Hydra it looks like isn't ranked in on EU either. Oh, but it looks like we are ready to go.
Loading, guys.
And I guess they'll show us their levels here.
Yeah, although it's one game, not one game doesn't mean as much.
True, very true. Although Pippin's is starting to build a nice portfolio of games just from the last couple days. So.
Yep. Welcome, guys. This is
Psystorm StarCraft League, King of the Hill.
And we have here in the bottom left this guy, man. Very fun to watch. It's Hydra.
And in the top right, from Project Hive, it is Pippins.
So Hydra from CSO Esports, or CSO Esports. I saw them cast. They're very active if they're casting games, and they're a team that's.
Yeah, they seem pretty
dynamic
prolific
team.
on the EU server.
Yep, it's cool to see teams like that. Not just hey, we're a team, but they do other things, right? So that's cool.
Right, yeah, actually being involved and active. We do see that scout coming off for Pippins and Hydra as well. Now, PVT is a pretty diverse matchup as far as the openings go a lot of times as well. There's aggressive things that Terran can do, there's aggressive things that Protoss can do, or we could just kind of macro up. I believe out of Pippins we saw, or no, it was Botvinnik, I think, that did a 3 racks. Or was it Pippins? I can't remember. We did see a 3 racks yesterday. Obviously, it's not as common anymore. It's a lot more common to see those
we saw the
Hellions
3
or
racks
Widowmine drops.
Against well, it was against a Zerg though, with Dash.
Wait, it was?
Yeah, Dash did the 3 racks against the Zerg. He held some of the links that went to his base with some probes, right, on this map. Oh no, it wasn't on this map. It was on Oxide. You remember that? Where he
Yeah.
And then the speed link. Oh yeah, he did it against a Starkiller. That's what it was.
No, you know what? I think what I was thinking of is Cuckoo against Trigger. Cuckoo tried to do the
Oh, you mean the inside the base 3 racks?
Yeah, like
okay, not a proxy 3 rack. Sorry. Yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah. So I think he did do that.
I don't remember the Cuckoo game for some reason. It was the last game yesterday against Trigger.
Yeah, it was a somewhat short-lived game if I remember right. It didn't really get too far.
Yep.
But anyways, back on this side of things, we do see second and
A
third
3.
barracks. So Pippins is going for that 3 racks.
Yep. 3 racks. I tried doing this last night with my customs as Terran. I could not get this to work. There was always some hole by not having that factory starport fast enough.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't know the nuances of this build, but You're supposed to be
Yeah.
aggressive too because of this, or at least make them overreact to it, or something. But
Right, right. Well, we got Twilight, Robo on the other side of things. So it's going to be most likely a Blink defense. He might have charge out in time for the 3 racks push out as well.
I don't like having my key structures right up front here. I mean, gateways maybe, but a Robo against a Terran, I just feel like it's so risky when they do that Marine tank push.
Yeah, like a
So
Euthermal style
exposed.
push or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, it's definitely a little questionable, but I guess he just values being able to get that wall off up. Obviously, if he'd scouted, he knows he doesn't really need to do that because there's no Hellions or anything on the way, which is where that wall in really comes
Yeah, look
useful.
at that.
But
3 production structures right up front. Now, it's not like Pippins is going some sort of tank siege thing, so, but it's still a lot of bio.
yeah. So it should work out for a little bit for Hydra at the very least. We do have that Blink. He's going up to 4 gates, and that Robo, he's just going to go ahead and scout across with that Observer, and the Observer will get there with plenty of time to scout exactly what's going on, so we'll be able to see a proper response out of Hydra, or at least what Hydra deems a proper response. And it looks like we'll see that push out with combat shields and stem most likely, maybe +1 as well, although it's going to be a significant amount later than those other 2 upgrades, so I'd be surprised if he waited for it, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
he's got a Prism. He's going to be aggressive, but then, of course, you can't get too aggressive when the Terran has this much.
Yeah, there's going to be a good amount of Marauders out. They'll have stem, and yeah, we see the push out already. I mean, if they meet in the middle of the map, this could hurt for Hydra a bit. He should know that there's a
Oh,
Terran
Hydra
army out on the
sees,
map,
yeah.
though, just based
There you
off
go.
that, you know,
He missed
3
the
barracks
first
in the
chunk.
main and no army units.
Yeah, he missed the first chunk by the Observer, just barely missing it, but then he realizes it now, and here you go. Can he hold this?
I'd have to imagine the answer is yes. He's got 4 gateways. He's got Blink. He's got a battery that he can overcharge, but I mean, who knows?
Here we go.
See, we do have combat shields and stem hitting right now. And he has blinking backwards.
Nice
and
blinks.
yeah, he's just going to dip back out. He's going to get chased down, though, so he's got to be careful. Although, he could stem and, you know, riposte, but I don't know that we'll see that.
There's a lot of, this is some great skill by the Protoss, though. With the blink
yeah,
and
great
the...
chase.
Yeah. The blink and the Prism also to give that
Oh, I
secondary
don't know.
blink.
That concussive shells, though, just hits in right as he blinks on top, which means it's going to be even harder to run away. Excellent micro out of Hydra.
Gosh,
Holy moly.
this is some... Can't do this with lag, guys.
He did lose 5 Stalkers in total, but he killed 4 Marauders and 16 Marines there. And
Yeah.
he's going to be able to push back across, so...
Yeah, losing...
There's a good chunk of bio, though. I don't know that he can really push in here, but...
Can give pressure and then get
Maybe.
out. He has blink, man. It's
Very true.
virtually risk-free. Look
Yeah,
at that
does
trade.
lose a couple Stalkers there. Another 3 Stalkers go down. Trades aren't the best for Hydra right now. He's actually just barely ahead in units lost, but now with the SCV pull, and I don't know, I think you might be able to just push through here. And I mean, that's kind of the big risk with going through racks is you don't have tanks to support you. You don't even have medevacs to heal up your
Yeah.
bio, so stem hurts.
Pressure's on you in third base already for Hydra. And he can keep doing this blink pressure, right? Because he can get out.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean,
No
we see
healing.
excellent blink micro so far.
Wow.
And there's just...
This is how you do the blink. This is how cool blink is. If you have the skill to do this.
Yeah, just blinks right on top. I mean, he's losing a lot of Stalkers, but it doesn't even matter. He's just got better production. And that blink provides so much utility for those Stalkers here.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pippins will go down for the 3rd time.
Yeah, very good attempt. It looked promising at times, but just not able to close it out there.
Yeah, now that answers the question to me. Bio, you know, mass bio, like really fast with stim and with some upgrades, boom, attack. Just straight blink Stalkers just kind of wrecks it, right?
Yeah, at least in that game.
Well, no
obviously,
healing, though. No healing, right? So that's a big deal.
Yeah, the healing's a big issue. It looks like we're hopping back over to North America.
Think about it, too. Protoss has healing there, because when they blink back, they recharge the shield. So, that's the big disadvantage.
Right,
And then
yeah.
Terran, they keep stimming, they keep losing health, and they just never really recover that health. That is so hard to do.
Absolutely, yeah.
I tried that. It's so hard to do what he's doing there.
Yeah, it's a very complicated build. It's definitely not easy whatsoever. But looks like we're going to have Hydra continuing. That's 4-win streak now.
Yeah, very impressive player. Oh. Need to get a tough challenger for him next. Although he did beat someone really tough in art.
Yeah, that's true. And he did beat Nice as well, which obviously was a tough challenger as well. I mean, he's not had a super easy road here.
Yes.
I'd say the lowest MMR opponent he fought was Pippins, which if that's the lowest, then you're really not too easy of a run.
Easy for sure. Although he hasn't faced a Zerg. Are we gonna get Zerg today, guys? You know, yesterday we had a hard time getting a Terran until towards the end. Today we haven't really. All been what, Protoss Terran? Did we get a Zerg at all? Funny how you
not
forget.
today, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't see any, unless I don't know. Is Snoxstar a Zerg? I don't know what race Snoxstar plays, but outside of that, I don't even see in the potential list anyone except Namshar, and he's like a half dozen games away.
Yeah, Namshar would be a pretty good challenger. That's for sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
No, I don't think he has a DreamHack game today because he played his group games yesterday. Maybe he does. Guys, so DreamHack was happening yesterday, so that was a conflict. The big boys are playing today, the Europeans in ESL.
Yeah.
So. Alright, well, for now, we get to see Dash give it a try.
Yeah, we're right back into PvP. So
PvP.
That short commercial break to show off some Terran gameplay, and now we are back for another. And I mean, if Dash has been paying attention, he will have a good bit of info as to how Hydra's been approaching the matchup. Obviously, it's been a lot of proxies, unless he, I guess, suspects his opponent of doing something similar. And Dash, if I remember right, had a pretty short-lived run yesterday in an unfortunate circumstance where he proxy 3-gated someone and they went. The Starkiller went pool first, which is never a fun place to be. So we'll see if he can do a little bit better today, have a little bit better luck in those build orders.
Yeah, I'm hoping no super all-in type of proxies here for Dash. So anyway, the defending king from CSL Esports, it is Hydra.
And in the bottom left, looking to become a king for the first time, I believe, in this tournament series, it is Dash. Or Exo Dash, I should say.
This would be a very impressive win for Dash because I really think he is the super underdog on this one. And I say this having watched 20 of his games, casting 20 of his games. So definitely tough.
Is his full user Exo Dash, or is Exo kind of like a like liquid
Exo was like a
kind
clan.
of thing?
Yeah, it was a clan. And they had like Exo Blazer, Exo this, right? So it was. Oh, look at this.
What is
Hydra
Hydra
pulled
doing?
3.
Oh, he's worried about a cannon rush, maybe?
Yeah, because why? What? It's like
That's
he's trying
funny.
to hide something. He's acting suspicious. Dash must be like, what is going on? Why are you doing this? You must be hiding something really big.
Yeah.
This is the stuff you see, man. What do you think?
I think it was just the timing of the scout, because that was like pylon scout almost, which is pretty early for PvP. So maybe Hydra was just really worried about a cannon rush or something, and
yeah,
obviously, I think Dash wasn't quite ready for it, so he wasn't paying enough attention to his probe. So it
no one
died
does
pretty
that.
early.
That's really
Because
weird.
yeah, you're not like, well, as soon as I walk into the base, 4 probes are going to start attacking me. So you're not really that concerned about microing it, and then suddenly they do
really
pull
funny.
4 probes, and yeah, it kind of hurts.
Hey,
Now, Exodash is going for low ground, which is
Mhm.
questionable against what we've seen from Hydra so far.
Yes, indeed. And Alpha X, thanks for the raid, the host. I don't know what they call it here on Trovo, but welcome everybody to the stream. This is a special event.
Storm StarCraft League King of the Hill.
And Hydra isn't 4-0 on Dash, but I believe that's the 4 wins so far for Hydra.
Oh, it's like Exodash just faking his natural as well. He like moved the probe like I wanted to take it while he had 50 minerals, which obviously is not quite enough for an Nexus.
Not quite enough unless those minerals are crypto during their
Yeah.
peak. During their peak, right?
Those are some Bitcoin minerals right there.
Well, yeah, if it was 50 minerals for Bitcoin, you could have like 1,000 Nexuses at this point.
Yeah. He was just sitting there. He's like, well, if Elon Musk tweets about it, I'll be able to take my expansion. Unfortunately, Elon did not tweet, so he's not able to take his Nexus quite yet.
Yep.
He did proxy his own pylon, but I get the feeling that he's not going to be able to make use of that as we have...
Chasing.
Yeah, we have him chasing down the Stalkers, which is a big deal because Hydra is wanting to go aggressive here. And, you know, this initial damage is a big deal.
The Dash with the mind games, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, is that? Yeah, that is a Dark Shrine there. We'll see if that comes into play. He's going to have to defend first. And I will say it's going to hurt a little bit being on the low ground here because that battery's not going to be overchargeable, and neither will any of your batteries, which is kind of a big deal holding these kinds of attacks. That's a big part of the defense that you're not going to have.
And, you know, there's no detection for Hydra, so this DT Shrine can actually...
It can do work, but he's got to be alive for it to do work. And
Yes,
we'll see.
indeed.
We've got a lot of Stalkers coming across right now. 8. He is making Blink really quickly as well. But man,
A
decent,
micro.
well, I was going to say decent micro, but wandered a little bit too far forward. Does lose a Stalker for it.
The
Oh
DT
man,
still got little ways away.
He must have forgotten his Warp Gate. There's no way Warp Gate just finished, right?
Yes, a huge mistake. And now
Yeah.
it won't finish
Oh, no.
for a while. Man, he had a nice build here, I think. You know, because even if he loses down here, all he needs is a Dark Shrine, a Dark Templar. Send it over the other side, and it's an auto win, right?
Yeah, but I mean, now Hydra, he's like, what are you doing? So
What
he's
is this
dropping a
build?
Robo just to be safe. So he will be able to even have detection. So I don't think we're going to...
You know...
I don't think we're going to see Hydra fall today, or at least not in this game.
Not in this game, and as predicted, it's going to be a tough battle for Dash to do this. He had a nice looking build at first glance. It's probably a mistake just on the
Yeah,
Warp Gate.
I mean, with that third
That's a
gateway
big
out there, if you have
mistake.
Warp Gate done, you would have had time to warp in like 3 Stalkers at home, right? Before you even need to warp in DTs, and that would have been a big difference in the Stalker
Yeah.
counts. So
and look, his Warp Gate finishes on here. Oh, it
well, he
died.
didn't get it. It was just like, yeah, it
Yeah,
like,
it died right before it could do the animation, but it did finish. And the DT's on the other side, which the Robo's done now. So
there we go. GG Hydra.
Bill could have had that Dark Templar earlier, right? That changes everything.
Yeah, very true. And that's 5-0 for Hydra so far today.
Hydra going on a pretty long run, second longest to Estrella's 8.
Yeah. Yeah. How many did Special get? I think he got like 4 or 5, right?
I think he got 5 until he had to go or something. I don't remember.
Okay. Maybe a little late in career. Or would it be early? No, it would be late. Must have been a little late or something like that. Anyways, up next, we'll see. Is anyone going to be able to take down Hydra today?
Well, maybe Sarah will
Does
take
feel
a
like we-
break from his.
Yeah. No kidding. It does feel like we have some bigger names coming up soon. I mean, Acheron obviously is one that stands out to me as a potential competitor soon. And Snockstar has been pretty successful in some tournaments recently as well. Is he here? He is. So yeah, we might see Snockstar. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Snockstar versus Hydra. So there's some big names that Hydra's going to have to take on. Looks like we are going to hop on
Snockstar.
to
So
EU,
tell
though.
the viewers about Snockstar.
I don't know a ton about him. I've seen him play in the Passioncraft EU series, and also there was a while where he won like 6 of Some Drunk Canadians, winner, I'll buy your dinner tournaments. He won like 6 of them in a row. So he had lots of food for a while there, at least. I believe he, don't quote me on this, but I think he might be German. But he is a pretty solid competitor. He's around 6K, if I remember correctly, as well, which I guess I can check that if he hops into the chat here. No, I can't. He's not ranked in. Why do you do this to me? But obviously, we do see he's a 13-time Grandmaster, so been around the block.
There you go. He didn't get it just during the early period. You can kind of get it, barely making it, right?
Right, yeah.
Remember that? But although there was a bug with Masters last season, remember that? Where people were getting Masters and they were definitely 1,000 MMR lower than they should be, so...
That's true. On a quick check, he finished the final season of 2020 at rank 60 on EU. Rank 60 is 6,000 MMR right now, so he was probably at least around 6,000 MMR in that season.
Yeah, 6,000 is that's the mid-level on the names that we hear.
Right. Yeah. Obviously, it's not like a special or an Estrella, but it's definitely you see that and you're like, well, this is going to be quite the fight Hydra's going to have at the very least.
Yeah, those I think the top MMR for the top players in EU is 7,000. It crosses the 7,000 now, and that's the Rainers and Serals, right? That kind of thing. So.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. There's like the top echelon, I would say, of 7,000 MMR, and then there's the Seral Rainer echelon of like 7,400 MMR.
Yeah.
So.
I would say, obviously, if the Koreans played on EU and they were there, they could get around 74, like Maru and them, right? Maru Trap. They can get that level, maybe. Whatever, but only lag wasn't so bad for Koreans to EU, right? It'd be cool to see them cross-play.
That's true, yeah.
Alright, we're gonna hop on to Oxide on this. It's gonna be Snockstar. It's my first time watching him play or even casting him, so...
Yep. And hey, it's a Zerg. We got one.
There you
Let's
go.
see how long it lasts.
All right.
We got one.
We got a Zerg.
I'm finally in my element.
There you go. That's great.
Yeah, the cosmic forces of the world have been playing with me. They're like, it's a Zerg Grandmaster. Let's give him nothing but Protoss and Terra to cast today. But anyways, it's going to be Oxide. This is obviously a pretty... it's a decently macro map. A lot of times we do see Zergs kind of run into the limits of the resources, though, as there's only 6 bases per player. But anyways.
All right, here you go. All right, welcome, guys. This is...
Psystorm StarCraft League, King of the Hill.
And the 5-time king, or 5-game king, it's Hydra from CSO Esports.
Yeah, looking to make it 6 against Snockstar here in the upper right. It is, of course, from Sarmat, which I don't exactly recognize. It's Snockstar. Sarmat, huh? Manes Sarmatis. Maybe that sounds almost French.
What does Sarmatis mean?
No idea, but I can check it.
I'm pretty good with the root words, Romance languages, right? So if it's French, I don't recognize it, or Spanish or whatever, or Italian, or Latin, right? I don't know what that means. Sarmatis. Don't know.
When I Google it, the first thing that comes up is the Liquipedia, so I don't know that anything...
It probably doesn't mean anything.
It might not mean anything at all, but it does say Snockstar's on there, obviously. It is a Polish StarCraft 2 team.
Ah, okay. So, could be even a Polish name.
Yeah, Snockstar, for sure, could be. Nonetheless, we've got very standard openings so far out of both. Mineral Micro.
Honest.
Riveting.
And we're saying it like as if it's... You look at the guy, though, with that sword. That's almost like one of them Indian fighters, something, right?
Yeah.
I don't
He
even
looks
know.
a little
May
bit
not
like
even be
a
Polish.
Kurd, almost, or something.
Yeah, could be a Turk. I don't know, right? But it's definitely... It doesn't seem Polish. We don't know anything. I don't know about Polish history, so
Yeah.
I'm ignorant. I don't want to offend anyone here, but... and I hear the name, too. It's not... Sarmatis. It almost sounds like a like a Greek or Spanish thing, you know, but who knows?
Yeah, it definitely doesn't sound Slavic quite so much.
There you go, that's the word.
But, I guess I'll take Snoxtar and Wikipedia's word for it. I guess it is a Polish team. I wonder if that makes all the players Polish or if it's the founder or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's a good point too.
Got that third base coming up. The Twilight Council out of Hydra. I guess we haven't really seen what his PVZ looks like yet today. So it'll be good to see what exactly the strategy is going to be. It seems like it'll probably be, I'd say Glaives is probably the most common thing out of a Twilight right now. Obviously, there is the DT drop you can do, but it's a little bit less common, it feels like.
Yeah, Blood Rain says Polish for sure. So that's two sources of information for you.
Well, there you go. I believe it. Actually, I guess we could check. Is this going to be Glaives? No, maybe. A lot of times you pull out of some of the gases in the main base, but okay, it is going to be Glaives. Nice. We don't really see those charge all-ins anymore that you used to see left and right on the ladder at the very least in PvZ a couple years ago.
Yeah,
8
I
gate,
think the mid GMs pros kind of know how to slap that back, slap it down, and kill it. It'll still work on ladder because casual, you know. So
right, yeah. The only time I've really seen it recently is people will go like they'll make a Stargate, they'll make one Void Ray, and then they just go into 8 gate charge a lot, which feels really weird, but it is good at denying your scouting, so it sometimes works. But anyways, this is not that. This is Glaives. He does have a little bit of surface area here, does Snoxtar, gets a good amount of damage on that first Adept, and I mean, killing Adepts now is good because it's before they have Glaives, right? So even just one Adept can be pretty useful. He does lose 6 Lings, it looks like, for it. 5 Lings, and he did lose his Overlord, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 5 Lings is a worthy trade for an Adept, especially because it's not going to be able to be there with the Glaives later on. Although I do wonder if he knows what's going on. He should now. He just scouted back up the ramp. And I think he did see those extra Adepts getting warped in. So you see Roach Warren. It looks like he's not positive because he is making those spores pretty early. Obviously, I guess if you're playing against Art, that might be a good idea. But here, they're just a little bit superfluous, but it's hard to know if there's going to be a DT Shrine or not. That Immortal, though, makes me think we're going to have just a 2-base all-in follow-up.
Okay, well, here you go.
But we'll see. First, we got to defend the Adepts. There's 21 Lings, 5 Adepts. I think this is going to be a pretty easy hold for Snoxtar initially, at the very least. Roach is coming out as well.
Yeah, he still hasn't turned into warp-in mode. Oh. The whole cycle he wasn't using, so I don't think, not quite sure, right?
Yeah, I think he saw that he got scouted on the ramp, he lost an Adept, so he's like, you know what, I'm just going to do a little bit, and this is something we've seen Hydra do a couple times now, so if this is just, maybe this is just an aspect of him as a player, but as soon as he feels like he's not going to win with the thing, he just rolls over into a new thing to do, right? So he's adding on 4 more gateways, he's making a couple of Immortals, and he's like, I'm just going to follow up into an 8-gate all-in, and hopefully you're going to be like, oh, I held the Adepts, I'm going to drone. And so far, it looks like exactly that is happening.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool, because, you know, you see some people, they just, their first all-in gets scouted, like, I'm going to do this anyway, I'm going to butt my head in. They lose a few units, and they try to transition to the second part of that all-in, and it's not as strong. He just doesn't even go for it, and he just transitions immediately. He just scares them a little bit, or at least makes him make units. Now look at this. This is much more powerful
this
than...
is a scary push coming out here.
Yeah. Like, wow.
Those 2 Immortals are such a powerful bank in the rear, and yeah, I think this is just going to go very one-sidedly, to be honest. A decent Bile does hit. He's going to have to lose the 3rd at the very least. Whether or not he can even survive this is a whole other question, though.
I mean, look at that supply of army. Just gigantic.
Yeah, 58. He's up 20 army supply, and he's against Roaches, so that's always kind of a fun place to be as the Protoss player.
Man.
Obviously, there aren't any force fields here, but it doesn't really feel like there needs to be.
Man.
So many Adepts right now.
There's more Adepts.
Warps up onto the high ground. I like that.
Yeah,
gives him a good choke advantage there.
I'm gonna attack that.
And floats the Immortal up there. And man, I think we're about to see 6 wins. Yep, there we go.
That is a dominant win right there. And one thing I learned from that was, they know, back off. Your second one is stronger.
Yeah, and I mean, it really...
Wow.
It was funny because I was talking about what he was trying to do, and right as I'm talking about him trying to get Snockstar to drone back up, 8
Was he
drones
droning?
start up.
Oh, he did.
He added on
Oh,
8
there you go.
drones after the initial hold.
Yeah, you know, from the point of view of the Zerg, you see that and you say, oh, he's not warping in. He probably abandoned it. I'm good now. Let me drone. I'm good now. Nope, you're not. The second attack is a lot stronger.
Absolutely. And Hydra, man, going on a tear. Of course, now I believe it's going to be... And he's been sitting here for a while. He's been in this chat for a while, although he's gone now. Actually, I think he was back on NA. But I think we might have Acheron next.
Okay.
Which is a towering opponent as far as I'm concerned. Acheron has been very strong in the last year especially.
So we're hopping back into NA, I think? Or no?
Unless he moved to Korea or something like that, I think we're staying here. Yeah,
Oh, he says staying.
Acheron's
Okay.
Spanish.
Yeah, he's
I know
Spanish.
that.
I was like, what? Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, unless it was like an art situation where they were in Korea, I figure we'll stay here. Someone has to get him from NA, though. I know he's been sitting there.
Okay, so Hydra wants a 5-minute break, so we'll be back. That's okay. We don't mind doing that. So guys, we'll be providing a little bit of break to our players. Well, he's won so many they probably didn't expect to win 20 in a row. Nice job for Hydra. Like, you kind of enter a tournament, you know you can win. But do you expect to win 5, 6 in a row? That's 6, right? Yeah, that's 6. 6 in a row.
Yeah, 6 in a row. So yeah, he needs a little bit of a breather before he continues.
Yes. All right, we'll be right back.
Group stage. And here we have a clip from the grand
No, wait,
finals
he's
of
not
Korea,
Polish.
where O2
Is
Blast
Snockstar
took out
Polish? Is that what you're
Talon
saying?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but no, someone on the chat was saying that. So anyway, guys, we'll be right back.
Over towards Kilo. 5v5 situation, no, it's 4v5, attack down, he's saying, can barely get a grab in there, this is looking O2 Blast, Nano's nearly available, it's only 2 players alive, Develop and he's saying, can they get it done? He's saying doesn't have HP, Develop's gone as well, this is going to be O2 Blast, and Talon have melted, they've fallen in the last.
Meanwhile, in the Overwatch League, the East and West divisions began the June joust.
That is an electric cowboy in the making. Up on the high ground, it could be a problem. Ooh, they're getting aggressive. They're not going to wait. They're just going to go for it. I don't think Philly was expecting this.
No, that was a very aggro shot call for the defense. When it works out, Carpe's out of play immediately. Rascal in danger. The ball up though, catches Friday. Held the phone. Now Rascal,
this is dangerous.
They didn't get the
Oh,
points.
he couldn't get on there.
You gotta be kidding me.
Run Hisu right out of town. And just when Toronto looked like they'll be able to keep the series alive, they might be in trouble. Sato, that's a crucial stall. He's able to get through and not get stunned up. Michelle having some similar luck here. He'll touch, but he'll go down very low. I mean, good kinetic grasp keeps him alive a lot longer than he otherwise would have been, but that Dragon Strike is going to clear out the riffraff. And the Boston Uprising now can push up a little bit more, take some space, and take a bow.
Next up, we're checking out Apex Legends, where the ALGS Championship started up with Asia Pacific North, Asia Pacific South, and South America, all getting into their group stages this week.
Come from Tom Young Kung on the bottom side, underneath the all-elusive Invade roster. What can they get?
Well, Dexter is currently putting down his portal, just trying to make sure they've got one to move around with, but they need it. Here we go. They're moving down to try and make this, force this fight, and Invade have done it very well. They had the high ground, they got to choose when to engage.
The EMEA and North American regions of the ALGS will begin this coming week. Continuing our Battle Royale theme, let's see what PUBG has in store for us. PUBG Continental Series had a number of qualifiers in their 4 regional divisions: North America, Asia Pacific, Europe, and Asia. A couple of highlights here from the North American group stage and the East Asia weekly series.
Live, Denny G is trying to push it out, and there it is. Kodak goes down. Journey in 3rd place, and now just dodge 2, dodge with 1.
This is Veritas's game through and through. Still 4 up, and you've got 1 player herded into the smoke. They might be prone, but it's just a matter of time here until they spot Lampalot. Lampalot will knock 1.
Nobody's back there. Ooh. I think that was their own.
What's going to happen in this game, man? This is crazy.
Oh, there's so many smokes left for Griff, and they haven't had to use any. So they have a ton left. Gen G has quite a few. There you go.
Sura gets the first down. 2 versus 2. Can they get the res over there? They may use him as bait.
Now
Two Hearts moving forward.
He's in trouble.
Inox trying to slide down this mountaintop. Asura taking some damage, but an excellent flank comes in here. Inox is down.
There it is.
Okay.
The main events for each of those regions will start up in a few weeks. Next on the docket, Street Fighter V, where the Capcom Pro Tour at the South American West region this week. Nero the Boxer able to take down Frozen in the finals.
Big swing for the crush counter. Swinging him to the corner now. What's the mix? There's the throw. Nero trying to close it out now.
Frozen does have all those resources. Side switch. Veer! No, not Veer Frozen. V-shift. D, P. This is going to be really scary. Both sitting at mutual health. Oh my god. Blocks the axe kick. All right.
This is tough to call. Here's the activation.
Here's
Don't get
Manza.
mixed. Your tournament life is on the line.
Nero!
Nero the Boxer is your South America West qualifier.
In Mortal Kombat 11, the pro competition held their North American qualifiers with Abyss winning in the East and Pop-Tart winning in the West.
This is tournament point for Pop-Tart. Double fatal blow, and it goes down to the camera. Give me the juice. Give it to me. And that was desperation. Praise the sun, and Kotal Khan just won a week of the pro competition. Pop-Tart popping off, and now one of the most brutal fatalities in the game.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate had their Northeast America qualifier where Tweak was able to take down Syrup in the grand finals.
Platforms. This is something that we haven't seen Leon connect too often in the last two games is these side Bs. These side Bs are going to kill extremely early with these small blast zones, and there's like, no matter where you go on the stage, there's going to be a platform. Oh, he's still alive though. Can Syrup finish the edge guard? Gets back on stage. Oh! Does
And that will wrap up this week's episode. As always, we try to cover every major event. If you missed any, please let us know in the comments. The esports world is huge and only growing bigger. So don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date with everything that's going on. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I've been Chicken Man here for the Psystorm Esports Network. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Alright guys, we are back here. Ready to go with the next challenger. Gave Hydra a quick break.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
Absolutely, and he's going to need to be well rested and prepared for his next opponent.
Oh yeah. As you said, Acheron from Alpha X.
Yep. Currently towering at 6,200 MMR.
Woof.
On the European server.
I played him on Latherman, but he was off racing, so I was like, dude, how am I playing you? And I had to look him up to make sure he was off racing, and he was. I was like, okay. Of course, he still won,
Fair enough.
but still, you know, it's like...
Right. Yeah, he is extremely good recently. I've seen him, he's reached a couple finals of the ESL weeklies every now and then. Obviously not quite at the level of like a Hero Marine or anything like that, but a very strong player. And I could have sworn he was a Terran player, but he's selected Protoss right now. Am I just misremembering?
I don't really... It looks...
Terran. Yeah.
So... doesn't have one game of Protoss. This server.
I'm just gonna ask just to be sure, so we don't have to remake.
Good idea. He feels good, man. He's like, I got this. He's gonna pull a Scarlet against Dom
Well,
Redu.
dang. Here I was thinking we might have some more not PvP, but no, Acheron is helping us out. So, 2,000 ammo. So I believe this means that Hydra has now played on every map in the pool in this tournament.
Already? Do we rotate the... Oh yeah, is it 7? Oh yeah, like 7, that's right. There you go.
He's he played versus Nice on 2000, or was it Beckett? It was 2000 Atmospheres, then Ryan on Beckett. Blackburn was Art. Pippins on Jagannatha. Dash on Lightshade, and Snoxtar on Oxide.
Well, 7 wins regardless, right? 7 maps, so...
Right.
That checks out.
Or I guess this will be the 7th.
Yeah, if you look at the list here. 7. Yeah, it rotated over. Yeah, you can see right here on the lineup. There's the progression.
Yeah, so I guess he's got, what, a hat trick of sorts almost?
So if he wins this, is the 7th.
Yep. Did we not do... Wait. Did we skip Romanticide?
Oh, we might have. And that's okay. Not that we're
Yeah.
super strict on that.
I was like, wait a second. There's only 6 maps here.
Oh.
2000, Beckett, Blackburn, Jagannatha, Lightshade, Oxide is only 6.
Okay, well...
Maybe we could even just do Romanticide like next as
Hey,
well.
but
if needed or
at this
something
point,
like
I don't think it matters too much. We can do whatever we want. The admin can pick whatever he wants.
that. Yeah.
You can make a mistake, it's okay.
They're both just pretty macro-oriented standard maps, so it's not like if you're
Yes.
It's not like you're gonna want to play on one or the other particularly, I'd imagine.
Yep.
So this should be perfectly fine. But yeah, I was looking, I was like, wait a second, this doesn't feel like 7. So yeah.
Well, either way.
Not quite a
7
hat trick,
wins.
but very close.
He still owes the Romanticide if he does this. This is be a tough challenge, even though Acheron's off racing. But at this point, some pros, man, their off race is still top level. So.
Right, and obviously you saw him grinding away at his off races a little while back, so we'll see how his PvP
Yeah,
looks.
exactly. Alrighty. Welcome back. This is
Psystorm StarCraft League, King of the Hill.
Okay. Looking for number 7?
Yep.
Okay, so Esports Hydra.
And in the top right, will he finally dethrone our king? It is from Alpha X, Acheron. Or some people say Aquaron. I don't know. Maybe it's Aquaron. I kind of like Acheron though.
I like Acheron. Sounds what is it? Anglicized.
Nordic.
I don't know. I guess if you're of this, Romance Spanish thing, Acheron. I don't know. Acheron, whatever, right? So Acheron sounds anglicized, but he is from
there's this
Spain,
one,
so.
Yeah, there's this one Celtic composer that has a song that's like Escape from Acheron. So I don't know if,
okay. Then that may be it.
I don't know if it's Gaelic or not, or if he borrowed it from some other language. But I had always thought it was a Gaelic phrase because of that. But you know what?
Yeah.
Google's a thing.
That's true. We can get the answers. Unlike when I was a kid, I had to really look it up, go to the library, ask people that supposedly knew. Now it's...
okay. So he was Acheron Bruce Campbell.
Wait, that's his
Oh, wait.
name?
No. This is what the actual word means. The hard thing is Acheron is so prolific and so successful that even if you just Google his name, he's all that comes up on the first page of Google.
There you
I'll
go.
have to look at it later.
That's pretty cool.
Anyway,
He owns
we've
the
got,
word, man.
Yeah, he owns it. We've got Hydra. He loves those proxy pylons in PvP, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess now we sort of know that against Nice, it was him playing to the player, not the map, because obviously he did not proxy against Nice on this map, but he is doing it against Acheron, so I guess a little bit of insight there, potentially. Acheron, though, looks like he might want to expand, potentially. Oh, going Robo. And that's a proxy Stargate. Hydra has it's got a deep pocket when it comes to builds in PvP.
Where is this probe going? You're gonna
I
see.
won't scout it, will it? There's no way. Yeah, yeah, it'll just barely miss. That is unfortunate.
The funny thing is, this is actually where I proxy stuff here in this map, so
Yeah, it's a good location.
But you figure they would like take a quick peek there and then go to the go to the tower, right? Because you get the vision.
Right, that's fair. It is just far enough away that I feel like it's a really good proxy spot, because you can see Acheron was really focusing his scouting in the bottom right side of the map, and only that one probe just did a quick peek. Kind of conflated those words there. A quick peek around in the top left. And he missed it, but he does have 4 stalkers. They're in a good position to defend this Oracle so far. Not perfect, but he's walking him around. He can't decide where he wants to go. Oh, no, he went down. Oh, his Hydra's just going to wait for the natural. And also, can I just say, sick Oracle skin. I imagine that's Tal'Darim or something with the purple on the inside. Looks dope.
Yeah.
It's like Terrazine on the inside instead of Vespine, because I think they're typically green, right? Yeah, they're typically green.
I don't know. The Terrazine is a campaign thing, right? Or
yeah, it's like a special resource from the campaigns.
oh, that's right. I remember. That's right. I hadn't played that campaign in so long. Aim on me. But here you go.
Coming into the main race. Double Oracle. There are 3 stalkers, which is a significant amount, especially whenever you consider how squishy. Oh no, he's gonna lose. Does lose an Oracle. He gets 5 probes, but I feel like, sometimes you see people get 8 probes and not even lose an Oracle, so that was okay.
He was not expecting the units from coming from the left, so.
Acheron had a great positioning there. Lots of stalkers all over the place. I really liked how he had his stalkers set up, and good defense so far. He's obviously a little bit down in workers, but he's going to be very significantly up in supply.
Bigger army, less workers for Acheron.
Yeah. So it should come out to about even, I'd imagine, at the end of the day.
He's not moving that Oracle.
He held positioned it a little too close. He almost lost that. Just a little bit too close to the edge, so the stalker can actually hit it.
Oh, and I think he can hit it right here. Oh no, it's just off the edge. Wow. That's the teaser spot.
That's crazy.
The teaser spot saying, come at me. You can never have me.
No kidding. And wait, is he making another build? He made another gateway over at his Proxy Stargate.
Yeah,
so he's actually
Hydra, man.
I think he was thinking about getting aggressive, but I'm guessing he just didn't get enough probe damage done, so he was like, he's warping in it. Oh no, that's really unfortunate there, because that's so useful for scouting throughout the game. So that's a big loss.
Stasis wards or something. He just kind of queued it, I think, and then looked away.
Yeah, and Acheron being very on top of things. I mean, so far he's looking quite strong on his off race. Oh, but there's a big stalker force coming up. Oh no, Acheron, you can't stand there, my guy.
Yeah, that's how Art lost. He was out of the shield battery protection. Although there are no shield batteries anyway.
He has 11 more supplies. So now that I think about it, this is almost this is Hydra attacking, but it really feels like it should be Acheron maybe. He does have Blink, so that's a significant advantage, but there's just 2 Immortals and so many Sentries, so yeah, he will be able to hold.
And he's got his own prism.
And we see that worker deficit has evened out now.
Yeah, and Acheron does not build a shield battery. Oh, now he does, but it's not going to be there in time.
It is pretty late, but oh man, I don't know that I like the Immortals being in the front. Obviously, I think they have, what, 1 or 2 more range than Stalkers? It's good to have them in the back, and that way if they get blunked upon, they're a bit easier to retreat.
Maybe he wants him to take the damage first. I don't know. But either way, there's Blink, though. There's 3rd Immortal. Big deal.
Yeah, that was a really good
Acheron,
target fire on one of the sentries.
Look at that.
Was good.
He's so confident,
Killed
man.
4 stalkers there. Very nice.
Acheron's off race. Now, this is not some scrub. This is Hydra who beat Art, so... you know what I mean?
Yeah, Art and Nice.
And Nice.
His PvP looks very strong.
Exactly.
Although I will say, it's looking good for Acheron, but at the same time, his tech is horrible. He doesn't have a Twilight, he just has a Robo. Robo and 3 gateways, and that's it.
He's gonna use
He's really
that
banking
prism
a lot on this attack.
Yeah. He's gonna use the prism for his poor man's Blink.
The poor man's Blink indeed kills a good amount of Zealots. That's a lot of force fields used by both sides. I think he'll be able to kill this 3rd base, but
yes,
I'm not sure Hydra needs this 3rd base to still be in this game. Obviously, he does have a big supply deficit, so I think he might just get pushed over by Acheron.
here comes
The
the Blink
Zealots are going to do a
Micro.
great job tanking, though, for the Immortals. And with the Blink Micro, who knows?
Oh, good
what'll
pickup on
happen.
that.
He does have charge, good pickup, but shield battery overcharge. Oh, man, that is
That's a very scary
He's got a
spot
blink
for the
on that,
Prism.
right?
Yeah,
No?
yeah, because once
Okay.
you do that, all you have to do is survive.
Yeah, and now the Immortals are going to be so easily targetable. I don't know if this is a hold. It's barely not. I do think the blink was the right choice.
There you go,
I
and
think
there's
if
the
he
pull.
blinked on there. The weird thing was he blinked after the 3 Stalkers warped in. Like if you blink on there before, maybe you win this fight.
He wasn't sure.
But
Didn't make that decision, and now this attack can't be reinforced quickly.
Yeah. We have another Immortal coming down. The third base is on the way for Acheron, and I think he's just kind of securing his position in this game.
Indeed, very strong game for Acheron. Big worker lead too. Remember, he fell behind in the workers earlier from the. Alright, guys. Well, looks like Hydra's gonna go for it. Try to see.
Yeah,
Oh,
we have Disruptors out now? It feels like Acheron. You can tell it's his off race. He's pretty late a lot of times with those shield batteries just now coming down. But still very strong. You can see his mechanics are really good. It's just a little bit of game knowledge maybe that's missing because, yeah, sometimes he just is a little late to add on defensive structures. They should get finished up, though, with those force fields. Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
This
okay.
is
He did it on purpose, and it's brilliant.
great disruptor. Holy
Wow. He had,
was
you know what? He
4
had the observer there.
GG is called. Great job by Acheron. Holy moly.
Wow. That was the observer knew. That's why I was like, is this a misrally? No, the observer saw it and says, I'm going to get you. And boom. With that, he secures the win.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy moly.
No wonder
Also,
he wants to play his Protoss.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
Well,
And,
he's Terran, right? So Terrans lately have been complaining about Protoss. It's like, you know how I beat Protoss? I'll beat Protoss.
Got to become the Protoss. And there ends Hydra's reign with 6 wins, though. Very solid. Can't be too upset about that, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Lost to a very solid player, too.
And while we wait, I was able to find a little bit about Acheron. The reason I was having trouble is because that is the European spelling for it in English. I was going to say English. It's not English. American. It's spelled Acheron, and it's actually a Greek god. So
Acheron? Acheron?
Yeah.
Huh.
Acheron, yeah.
Interesting.
So he is the water.
I was gonna say
that flows
'cause
into the
aqua,
river
right?
Styx.
Yeah, aqua. So water makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, he's the tributary that flows into the river Styx in the underworld.
It's not exactly.
So there you go.
Not exactly a merman or Aquaman, Aquaman or anything like that, or the creature from the sea thing. You know, this is an actual god that swims around or something. I've never heard of it, but not that I'm on top of my Greek god
mythology. Yeah. But there you go. I guess that's probably what he's named after. Then. So it is a Greek word.
Hey, we get someone back from yesterday.
Yeah, Cuckoo.
Next challenger, guys.
And it's going to be a TVP just like he had yesterday. Obviously a very kind of different PvT, as it's an off-race Protoss, but definitely looks like he can handle it. So we'll see.
Right, load into this.
Psystorm StarCraft League, King of the Hill.
The Terran player in the bottom left, very young guy, I heard. It's Cuckoo.
And in the top right-hand side, from Alpha X, it is Acheron.
And, you know, that narrative about Protoss, I'm a Terran player, I hate Protoss. I can play in the bottom. I'm playing a Protoss. I'll play Protoss. That way I can beat Protoss. And of course, consistent with that complaint, I can beat my Terran race with Protoss. So there you go, right?
Very true. Obviously, the most prolific player to undertake those sorts of ventures is Scarlet, who regularly goes on the ladder and beats up innocent NA players with all the builds that frustrate her and other races do to her.
Yeah. And you can even say it's good against Zerg in some ways, right? The Protoss?
Yeah, for sure.
So there you go. Why not play Protoss? You should all play Protoss. It's fun. I said that it was fun. And according to the Terran players, it's great.
Yeah. And more recently, of course, it feels like that is what everyone's done. The ladder is like, the Muslim makes a tweet about every week about how the 90 of the last 100 games he played is just Protoss players. So it's definitely been a bit of a rise with the Void Rays and everything like that. So Protoss having a good time lately.
But he also has played Protoss off race, and he tweeted some pictures of winning versus some good players.
Yeah, he's taking some games off some big names with his Protoss. So yeah.
Protoss is fun, man. Once in a while, you can beat some really good players. The power of the Protoss, right? But it's not an easy race. We're not saying all this is easy. It's just a meme, really. I mean, there's some decent balance now, unlike back in Wings of Liberty or something like that, right? I feel like the game is a little bit more balanced, even though there are all these buffs that we saw to Protoss, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's in a very good state right now. All memes aside, obviously, they have the mechanics of a 6K player. They're going to be pretty good. So they could probably do it with Zerg as well if the Muslim really wanted to. Well, and I should say, for me, it's mostly a meme. I know for some people, it's less of a meme and more of a lifestyle, but to each their own. We do have Twilight coming in. Looks like a factory, so not going to be a 3 racks this time.
Yeah, the more I see the 3 racks, the less I am impressed by it.
Yeah, it feels like another one of those builds that's kind of similar to the 2-1-1 in Terran versus Zerg, where once it kind of got figured out what you need to do as the Protoss, it's just not too hard to hold, and it puts you in a pretty good position as the Protoss coming out of it. So
there's some harass. Nothing.
And you can just tell. Akron here, he's like, I hate it when they send a stalker behind my mineral line, so that's what I'm gonna do.
He knows what it's like to play Terran against Protoss. So there you go.
Good dive out of Cuckoo, though. Very nice. Well defended. And I wonder how aggressive this Blink is going to be. There doesn't seem to be a Robo yet, so it doesn't seem like it's going to be, the parting build or anything like that. We do have a mine drop coming in from the Terran. And then we'll probably see some tanks come out to defend. Yep, Tech Lab dropping down.
It's only one mine.
Is it? I thought he had... No, yeah, there's another one. I think it's burrowed somewhere for the...
Oh, there it is. It's by the gas.
Gas.
It's defensive, and then maybe if he sees that it's not coming, he's going to lift them, and that's what he does. He's going to load it into that medevac.
Potentially, if there was an Oracle coming across, but now that he sees there's not, it's going to be just a double Widow Mine drop. Not super committed, which is pretty good, I think. Obviously, Protoss have got pretty good at defending mine drops, although Akron, who knows? He is obviously off racing, so I know a lot of times it's these really tight build orders that you're just not as used to.
Yes.
So we'll see if he has any trouble defending it here. Okay, getting ready to zip in. I feel like that was almost early, but should be okay. Oh, he wants to get out with one of the mines. Very nice. Oh my gosh.
Look at the target. Okay, gets
Does get 2. That's okay. Some mining time. It almost drug onto that one that was running away. That would have been nasty. Does get away in time, does Acheron. We have Blink nearly done 8 Stalkers out right now. It looks like it may actually be that 4-gate Blink.
Ooh, after a mine drop. Yeah, after a mine drop, I think I see a lot of Protosses just go see, you know what, you did this fast mine thing. You probably don't have as much at home.
Yeah, and oh boy, he did not make tanks. He actually swapped that over onto a barracks at Tech Lab, so it's only Marauders and Marines back home. There's no splash damage, no tanks, no bunkers even. I think there's the one bunker, yeah, but there's no bunker in the main base.
Oh,
he's gonna be able to blink up the high ground.
And you know, even if he does get a great hit with one mine, can he survive the Protoss Blink Stalker super aggressive?
I think the Protoss can just blink on top of this, or you know, just even walk in. Yeah.
He's walking
and there
in.
goes that bunker.
You can even
Should
kill
be able to
that
kill. Oh no,
Raven.
the Raven.
Yeah,
Okay,
the Raven's
Raven
dead.
does get out.
Oh
Good
man.
blink back, of course. Doesn't. He's lost 2 probes so far, and that's it.
Yeah, on the
And
other
man,
side.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, right?
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, you kill some workers, but can you survive against this Protoss force? It's huge. With blink.
Yeah, my goodness. And he
Mr.
doesn't
Mi-
have stem. I mean, we saw how poorly it went for Pippins when he even had stem and combat shields. Cuckoo does not have any of that, and Acheron has a lot more stalkers than Hydra did even, so killing so many SCVs already. A lot of the bio falling. Good micro after the blink cooldown is
Blink,
used
man.
up. He's still using the pickup micro on the Warp Prism. Great job so far, and just blinks on top. And yeah, I think it's going to be GG. Acheron. He takes it.
Blink, man. The best way to first spell or first ability you research, you think? For
Yeah,
Protoss?
I'd say as far as early game upgrades go, nothing beats Blink. It is so good, has so much utility. Obviously, you know, some matchups it's not as good like PvZ and things like that, but PvP, PvT, early Blink is like never really a bad choice.
Amazing.
So.
And I keep going to charge when I play, but Blink is so good. All right, we're going back to Americas.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna have E-Legacy again coming back.
Okay, so we're
Looking to
hoping
make his return.
Yeah, Legacy didn't have a good game yesterday, but we're hoping for a good game for him. He has a tough match here in Acheron.
Absolutely, yeah.
That
We'll
was the
see what
game.
Acheron closed
Yeah, that
out
was the
day
game where he
4.
didn't kept letting the adepts
Didn't
right?
wall. Yeah,
that one.
Didn't
okay.
get the pylon wall up.
Well, he's dealing with
So it was
another
a pretty
Protoss, so.
pretty short-lived game. We'll see if it lasts a bit longer this time, though.
See if he has a probe preventing those depths that we almost always see in PvP, right?
Yeah. Very important probe. The most important probe in the game, one could say.
Most important defensive probe. The most important probe
true, yeah.
offensive is that first one that starts to cannon rush you.
That's true, yeah.
That's the scary probe.
All right. A Legacy might be AFK, it looks like. Here, I'll throw you an invite. He's got us. So yeah, is Acheron going random? Oh boy.
Did he manually change it?
I'm not sure.
And that will tell you. If he manually change it, then he's gonna go random.
I will say it's frustrating for me as a player sometimes whenever you're like
playing a random.
okay, it was whoops. Yeah, like there'll be the like a good example is Sinner, right? He's like 6200 as Terran, and then he's like 4.5k as Protoss or Zerg. So you go up against him, it's basically like I'm kind of like flipping a coin of like, am I gonna win or lose here? You know, because he's right around, it balances out around 5k MMR. So he's like my MMR, but either I'm gonna have a big advantage or I'm gonna have a massive disadvantage, and you can't tell at first.
Indeed.
But looks like Acheron is gonna go straight Protoss though. Loving that PvP so far.
All right. Saw him yesterday. Welcome back. E-Legacy in the bottom left.
And in the top right from Alpha X, he's looking to continue his reign. It is Acheron.
Yeah, he has a 2-game winning
interestingly-
streak actually, not one.
Yeah. And interestingly, none of them opting for the low ground wall off. Oxide is one of the most popular maps for that one gate expand, but neither of them feeling like they want to do that, which is understandable.
And why do you feel that? That's understandable.
So, for me, it's like, you know, they've probably been playing this PvP this way. Maybe not Acheron as much, but especially a Legacy. You know, you've probably been playing PvP with 2-Gate for 3 or 4 years at least, possibly more. So, you know, are you like, do I really want to change it for this slight change in the meta and have to relearn all the nuances? Because there's, for those who have watched Hearthstone's channel where he goes up against Max Packs, there is so much nuance to exactly what you need to do. For the 1-Gate expand, I'd say a good bit simpler to just do 2 gates. So I kind of understand.
Ironic you say that, because I was watching his stream and he specifically said on this map, if you don't do the pylon gateway at the bottom, you're a sucker. That was his exact words. And I was like, what? And then he explained, because then you see if the pros coming in, they're trying to can rush you, they this, you don't have to check. And then he says, well, you have a high ground anyway. So I don't know if he was memeing, but that's what he said, and he seemed serious. So it's kind of curious.
Oh, I do think it's a superior choice, but I also understand if you're like, there is a lot to it. Like, you'll see him talking like when exactly you actually want to pylon block their natural, how you want to scout with your probe and things like that. And how to play out of that position is pretty complicated. But I do think you have an advantage if you do it and your opponent doesn't.
Well, you know what? He was also, if he's mentioning Max Packs, well, you're playing that guy, you better just play super safe, period, right? No.
That's true. Well, he says Max Packs is the best 1-Gate expand player in PvP, like, in the world, in his opinion. Like, he is...
That's amazing.
Very, very, very good at all those nuances. It's funny, you watch, like, his Road to Rank 1s when he's playing against Max Packs. You can almost see him learning, like, what he's supposed to do just from watching how Max Packs is going about the play. So. Legacy, though, sort of did a 1-Gate expand, so I'm questioning a little bit more why he didn't do it on the low ground after all, because he only made 1 gateway.
Somewhat greedy, but remember, he's the same guy that didn't block off the Adepts, and here they come, the Adept. He has probes. Oh, there you go.
He's like, not this time.
He does it so early too. Like, you can actually see the shade before they come in, and he does it really early.
Well, that's interesting. Finishing the shade. That's gonna lose at least an Adept.
Yeah.
Must have been busy microing back home or something.
With what?
Does get.
No,
maybe just setting those down to kill that pylon. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
maybe he wasn't busy.
So when I see players do that, they immediately recall, because you kind of know you will lose one if you don't. So he didn't do that. So look at this. There's a Dark Shrine. Maybe he was just putting that down at the moment.
Yeah, something like that. Interesting. So, I mean, losing an Adept, not the end of the world, but definitely a little painful, because that other Adept now is almost useless, I'll say.
Yes. It's just a scouter at that point. There is a Robo, though, so...
Yeah, a Legacy. He does have a Robo. He is going Immortal and then Warp Prison, though. Does he even know? He has not even seen Acheron's expansion. Acheron did drop that low ground pylon, but
he
hasn't confirmed it yet. Not a lot of scouting out of a Legacy.
But he needs to make a Observer in the next or second round of this Robo production.
Also, obviously, it's only 4 minutes and 30 seconds in, so it's not that much of a surprise. But interestingly enough, a Legacy is sitting at 422 APM average.
What? What's he clicking on?
I have no idea. A lot of times you spam in the early game and you have it up
Here
a little
comes the
bit
2
higher,
Adept.
and then it kinda
2 DTs.
Oh no!
And he's making an Immortal. He's definitely gonna take quite a bit of worker damage and might even lose the game.
Yeah, I think this is going to be game-ending damage. He was looking at doing a big old 2-base attack, I think, with 4 gateways here. But instead, he's getting killed by 2 DTs.
12
14
lost
probes
already.
Falling. Yeah. And Acheron has shield batteries in the main and the natural for the defense here. He is trying to make an Observer, but this is not going very well right now.
25 workers, man. That's game-ending, really.
Yeah, unless he somehow kills Acheron here with 3 Stalkers and an Immortal. I don't think he has much of a chance at this point. Yeah, and I mean, Acheron's like, you know what? I'll pull my probes. I don't care. I've killed so many workers on the inside of the map. There's no way I'm losing to this. And yeah, cleans up.
The hard kill. Hard stop on that prison thing. So, unfortunately, another quick one for E Legacy. because of the Dark Templar.
Yeah, quite unfortunate there. But Acheron doing well.
Yeah, he looks pretty strong with his Protoss.
Yeah, he does. And, well, he's got potentially, if we're doing our next match, a pretty strong challenger to test his PvP out if he does choose to go for it.
Yeah, so... Hold on a minute, let me just check something. Alright, so we have two players. We're just trying to figure out who the next game is. And it looks like we'll have 2 more games at least. Oh, there you go, and then we'll be done for today. Oops. Wrong. Okay, there you go. Alright. Ready for the invite. Acheron looking
Yeah, it looks
strong,
like we're
man.
hosting. Is Add-on North America? He's been on Exxon with me for forever, but I don't actually know
really
hardly
know.
anything about him.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not on
He
top
is-
of my non-top 10 players in regions these days.
Yeah, he seems very strong though. I had no idea, but he's almost 6K, so
That's a scary
should
name too. And he's on our team, so
yeah. So I should know about him. I just don't. Looks like Acheron might go Protoss again. Might have just not changed it quite yet. Maybe he needs to check the MMR or something. I mean, oh yeah, he's saying wouldn't it be better on EU? So I think Addon is indeed an EU player. Okay, we are going EU.
okay. And it
So I guess
is.
Addon is indeed
It
an
is.
EU player.
Servers, hello everybody. Hey, welcome Kozan. It's good seeing you there. Blood Rain and Matheson. Who have you been checking out Matheson? How he's been chatting?
Yes, he's an AI, isn't he?
That's right. He's the AI project of mine, and you probably have to chat with him more than 5 type of conversational sentences, and then you start Then you start becoming.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very well done. So that's one of your projects, even.
Yeah, that was connected Twitchbot with the OpenAI GPT-3 AI language bot, right?
Wow.
So
That's really impressive.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're in the tech field or IT field, but that's something that I thought about for a very long time. So I started that project, and now I have guys working on that too, kind of editing it. But I kind of designed that on how it behaves, and it's kind of cool to have in there hanging out. It started off as a Twitch bot, and then I had to coordinate with Trovo for their API to create the Trovo version, and now we have both of them. What's funny is I put I had that running on Namshar's channel for a while. He was arguing and talking with people, and we were laughing. People are like, sometimes it's on point that it answers that you think is real, and then of course you can't really fake that long, right? So
right, yeah.
Eventually, let's say something that doesn't make sense, but it was pretty good conversationally. Anyway,
Well, that's awesome.
we have the 2 A's, Adonminus and Acheron.
Adonminus, or I'm not sure.
I don't know if that's another Greek whatever thing. It sounds Greek, right? Adonminus, or I don't know, maybe.
Well, he's another one of those where if I Google it, oh my goodness, that's awesome. So he is actually an Israeli Protoss player.
Cool.
But yeah, he is supposedly #1 from Israel.
There you
which
go, boys.
I'm not super familiar with their scene, but I imagine that's not the most difficult title to get. I don't know of too many Israeli players.
Yeah, well.
Nonetheless, here in the bottom right from Storm Gaming, it is Adonminus.
The challenger. And he is challenging this guy here from Alpha X. Playing in his off race and has a 3-game win streak. Nonetheless, is Acheron.
Yeah.
Another PvP.
And I mean, this is really, I'm not sure exactly what Hydra's MMR is, but this is going to be a really good test of Acheron's PvP chops, because Adonman has been 6k on NA. He's probably at least comparable to that on EU, which is right around the MMR that Acheron's at as on his main race. So if he can take this out, and really kind of show he's a very strong Protoss, not just a very strong Terran.
Yeah. Although, remember, Nice is a pretty high MMR guy, and Hydra took him, so it's just hard to say, I guess, with PvP. Sometimes you can beat someone that supposedly shouldn't lose to you. Right?
Right, yeah.
I mean, that can happen. There's a lot of scenarios. I'll give you a specific example. The late great In Control, I played him, and I beat him with my Protoss. You know, it happens. I'm not saying I'm better than him, but it happens. I'm not even close to as good as him, actually. So, it can happen in one game, right? A couple of mistakes here or there. That's what King of the Hill is. Everyone really has a chance in one game.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, we could do the King of the Hill with Wardy doing the best of 3s. Those are even tougher. Of course, if you beat someone in the best of 3, that's really impressive.
Right, absolutely. Apparently, I'm also getting pushed back in the chat that he is not #1 in Israel. I think I was just going off what said that. It was like a Ligulac or something.
Oh,
said
okay.
that,
So maybe a Ligulac is a little outdated for some reason. Usually they're pretty up to date, man, because a Ligulac is maintained and the matches are updated, right? So.
Yeah, although obviously it's not a perfect measurement system for ranking. Kerwin is #1. I see. CSO.
Oh,
Kerwin.
yeah. Now that name is more familiar to me. Yeah, I've seen that name. Look at this shield battery up front as part of the wall.
Yeah, being pretty careful.
Because he did expand.
I guess because he did do a 1-gate expand. And of course, this isn't the best map for that, obviously, because it is it's not a perfect ramp at your natural. There is the ramp, but it's not, right there.
Yeah, and look
So,
at him. He's
we have
positioning the probe, ready to block for the Adepts.
Yeah.
He's caught wind of it with his one probe here. Or he saw it, so there you go.
Excellently done, and he's going to have that shield battery, so these Adepts aren't even really going to be able to target this down. There is, of course, the proxy Stargate nearly finished up. There's a Stargate on Adonis' side of the map as well. So we'll see what he makes out of their Void Ray. So that can be very good. It should be out in time to defend the Oracle if it's positioned well. And let's hope that shield battery doesn't finish.
Dominus needs a shield battery in his
there we go.
main too.
Yeah.
Because this Oracle.
Yeah, it's possible he'll just send the Void Ray there and then rely on being able to pull his probes and the Nat away to that shield battery at the front wall if needed. But
yeah, but typically here's the thing, right? Even if you have the Void Ray there, it'll kill something. But if you have a shield battery, it won't kill.
He just full walled.
He won't kill at all. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Did he just full wall? It looks like he full walled.
He let it finish. Yeah, so he's gonna be aggressive, but he has a hole here in his main. No shield battery. The Oracle is out, which actually doesn't need. If he only knew, if he was hacking with a hot step right to that mineral line.
Yeah, I don't know that this is going to do all too much. He does have the overcharge available, and the battery isn't done yet. He's kind of tanking with the initial Void Ray, but yeah, I mean, he just loses the fight.
Oh man,
so.
Dominus didn't really do that properly.
Yeah, this feels a little strange out of him. I'm not sure what the goal was.
Yeah, and now there's 2 Oracles coming. Even if you did have a shield battery, it doesn't matter. And now imagine with 2, even worse damage. And this is gonna wipe out that mineral line, man. There's already 3 losses on the other side for a Dominus
The singular stalker for Dominus is walled out, so
oh man,
this is going to kill so much. Oh no.
Disaster. He may have to pull into the shield battery, but
I think he may have to GG, to be honest. I mean, 18 probes. Obviously, he did get a decent amount of damage done on the other side of the map, but Acheron's not done.
Yes.
Okay, the shield battery will finally defend, but he's going to be able to kind of burn through that even. And oh no, that was some nightmare fuel if you're a probe.
It's really We know Adominus is a much better player than this, but Acheron seems to get these guys to play, you know, with the way he's playing, unusually lower than their level, right?
Yeah, it's strange. Like maybe, you know, they're like, oh, it's a soft race, you know, it'll be easy or something like that. I don't know. It's crazy, but yeah, I mean, for 6K, I would have expected a shield battery at least in the main, even though it wouldn't have done anything. You know, you kind of expect that to be there, and that push was a little wonky with the 3-stalker Void Ray.
That push was more concerning to me than skipping out the shield battery. It was definitely taking the risk. 16 workers. Actually, the worker count, not too crazy, but that's going to be taken care of right here. Look how fast.
Oh, man.
That's
and
like
he barely takes whole damage, so the shields will regenerate, as will the energy there.
Adominus has his own 2 sets, a pair of oracles here, which can... But there's a lot of stalkers waiting.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Holy moly. This is, he's just now breaking his natural pylon wall off.
Yeah, that caused him some problems.
Yeah, it's been a little strange so far, and I mean, we see a significant lead for Acheron at this point, up 10 probes, almost 10 army supply as well. He's got Blink on the way. Everything's kind of looking good for him right now. Not so much for Dominus.
Indeed. Supply blocked. Killed that. He's gonna lose workers, so he's not supply blocked.
There you go. You know what, Acheron, he's looking out for him, you know?
Yeah, let me help you out there, buddy. I know you're supply blocked. And let me expand also.
Oh, man. And, yeah, I mean, Adominus has just not been able to find the same kind of value out of his oracles that Acheron has, and losing those initial stalkers hurt as well, the Void Ray.
Yeah, you know how we say
perfectly.
We say Acheron's not really a guy that makes shield batteries. Oh, look at that. It's because his offense is his defense.
That's true, and he's had such great positioning as well throughout this entire game with his stalkers at home. Discarding off all those oracles does kill one there.
Dominus does get a third base.
Better and better.
Third base, this will extend the game a little bit, and feels like good catch up at least. Keep pace.
It definitely feels like Acheron could have just done like a 6-gate maybe and killed him, but he's choosing to be a little bit more careful, going for his own third and just kind of teching up. And I mean, we have Blink for Acheron, Charge, and +1. And meanwhile, I mean, Adominus, he's making units, but that's really all the tech he has is his Robo and his Stargate. There's no real, like, Forge or anything like that going down.
Look at this monstrous Stalker army.
Yeah, with Blink nonetheless.
Wow.
It's
so
22 Stalkers.
Need to get lucky with the stasis. If he blinks over there, look. Oh, that's what we were saying. It's a trap. And he fell for it.
Yeah. The only thing I'm slightly concerned about is when those unfreeze, are they not just going to kill everything anyways?
Yeah, you wanted to get half of them, not most of them, because they were still a big army. And here comes the...
yeah, the additional reinforcements, and there is the battery overcharge, but he does kill it almost immediately. There's no overcharge on the Void Rays available. Obviously, Blink is still off cooldown, or on cooldown, I should say, but he does get out. That was not bad. That was probably the best Adominus could have hoped for.
He did, yeah. He would have died otherwise, but now he may just only die a little bit later if Acheron does this right.
Yeah, I mean, he can just target down all these units with the Stalkers, and even if he does lose Stalkers and he doesn't kill him here, you lose an Immortal and 2 or 3 Void Rays. That's not easily recoverable as Adominus here.
Yeah.
It takes a lot longer to replace than just Stalkers.
There it is, the Stasis Ward again. He's hoping.
Yeah. Number 2. Oh, no. Careful.
But he did
All right,
see.
Not walking into it quite yet. Okay, he does blink in.
He's
Very
like, yeah,
nice.
I saw an Oracle. I know you have another one there, buddy.
And now he's starting to go into Zealot production over on the left side. He's got a proxy gateway where his Stargate was, so he's able to warp in very quickly there. And, I mean, charge lots with +1, +2 on the way. And Adominus is trying to go for the sort of mech Protoss, I guess you call it. Void Rays and Immortals.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first time I saw this was actually Max Packs started to, out of his Max Packs in PvT, he'd go just like he wouldn't make another gateway. He'd just make that single proxy gateway, and then he'd just make, Stargates and Robos at home.
I'll have to watch that. I haven't really seen that build, but that's pretty cool.
Those are from back when Max Fax was first popularized by Beastie Cutie, kind of showing him on his channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like a common follow-up he did, was just mass Robo and Stargate, and he's even done it in a couple ESLs, I believe.
11 workers killed.
Yeah, I mean,
Acheron
just
is an
ripping
8 worker.
through this base, and
Yeah.
he's got a 4th base on the way, and that is all she wrote for Adonminus. A good attempt at a comeback. I mean, honestly, for how far down he was, that was much closer than I would have expected.
Yep, it was because of the stasis ward, playing the inevitable. However, we have revenge coming out here for Storm. We're just sending out Namshar.
Yep, a very, very strong player, obviously.
Would not be surprised if Acheron goes back to his main race, but if he goes Protoss and pulls a Scarlet against Dongray Gu here, I think he probably should just play Protoss, man. It looks really strong the way he's been playing.
I kind of hope he does Terran, because that will be the first TVZ of the weekend, I believe, out of, 20-some games.
Yeah, and your
We've not had a single one.
Your favorite to watch. So we'll see what he does here. Will Acheron stay with his off race against the powerful Namshar, who looked really good yesterday, by the way. He beat Trigger 2-0 convincingly.
Oh, wow. Nice.
On the ESL NA playoffs or whatever. I'm not sure the official title of it.
Well, as far as games to finish out a weekend goes, I can't think of a much better matchup we could have hoped for than Namshar versus Acheron. It should be very good.
Yep, especially adding that extra flair of Wooly off race, right? I like these kind of things.
Yeah, having that option is very cool. Not sure what to expect.
StarCraft is at a level right now that off racing, or even much harder, playing random full time, not really feasible, right? Because everyone's so good, you really gotta focus on something, right? So
Right, yeah.
at least at the very top level, you know what I mean?
Right. Obviously, we have the pigs and Beastie Cutie and everything like that, but they're not able to. It's so hard to even get to that level with one race. So trying to do it with all three.
Yeah, the only one I know that was a professional, random player was Balloon, but he wasn't super top level. But the other one was actually Gumio. He played random, man, for the first few seasons. So, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna choose Terran. And here we are. We're loading into the final game today. But we have a new king.
Yeah, it's definitely been a decidedly more consistent day as far as who the king is. We haven't had quite as many as yesterday.
Yeah, and one more thing. It's the first time we have a player where we have an intro for. So, we'll do an intro for him. And then I think the kings may require some intros. The previous long-term kings, right? We can't make intros for every player. It's just too many. But if you do submit your name early enough and we know you're going to play, so we did that for a few of the others. But of course, with being on our team as a, flagship pro player, right? With our top 5 players or whatever, we have an intro.
Right.
We're ready to go, admin, for our last game. It's actually going to be a PVZ. He hasn't switched. So there you go.
Dang, he is very confident.
He wins this. Dude, go ahead and play Protoss, I swear.
Yeah. Full time it, man, honestly.
Yeah, just full time it.
Well, this will be a very high level PVZ. Last time we had one close to this MMR, I would say, was Nice versus Bly at the beginning of yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Starkiller, MMR-wise, is not quite up to the level of Namshar, but does play very well.
Yep.
But Nice and Bly was very high level. We got another one coming up here, so
We did have a special against somebody, but special didn't play Estrella. That probably would be pretty top, pretty top of type of player that's played so far
Right.
in our King of the Hill. Just I don't
Yeah.
think they faced each other though. So. Oh yeah, because
Yeah, you
special
kinda-
lost
yeah.
to Haas. That's right.
Koss. And then Koss faced off against Estrella down the line.
No, Haas lost to Ruff.
Oh, he did?
Hey, no, wait.
wow.
I'm sorry. Let me think about that.
I thought Koss. Let me see.
No,
It
Koss
says
didn't
Koss
finish.
lost to
No,
Estrella.
he finished. He didn't actually play.
Oh, okay. So just went over to Estrella.
Okay, we're gonna remake this game. We're gonna go Eastern.
Oh boy.
Which is fine because they're both here in NA actually. So.
Yeah?
Namshar's actually in Canada. He's not in Europe. He's a Swedish player, but he's actually living in Canada, going to school in Canada. So he can definitely do NA
Right.
East, NA West, whatever. And Acheron wants the Eastern server because it's closer,
Yeah.
I guess, to Europe. So there you go.
Yeah, and being from Spain, obviously, is probably one of the better countries as far as lag, like even just having low ping.
Yeah, it's
on,
closer, definitely. It's on the left side of Europe, right? So yeah.
Yeah, right over on
My
the
geography
coast.
is right. It's actually almost the very left. I'm not sure how UK is.
Yeah, they're pretty much on the same plane there. So
there you go,
last
guys.
game. Who's gonna come out as the king?
There's some storylines here. Off-race king, nice streak versus a tough challenger here, who definitely beat someone that's a good Protoss in Trigger. Of course, they're very different players.
Right.
So this is it, guys. Welcome to
Psystorm StarCraft League, King of the Hill.
All right, so we don't have an intro for him. He deserves one, but he is Alpha X's Acheron.
Oh, do I need to?
Yeah, you can say it without saying the name.
All right, and in the upper right from Psystorm, it is
Namshar.
Alright, so I forget how many wins Acheron has now. I think it might be 4. But
Yeah, it's been a couple. Let me check. This is indeed his 5th game. So
There you
it'd be
go.
5 wins. Nearly catching him up to Hydra if he does win here.
And he's gonna face this Zerg who loves making Hydras and Lings against Protoss.
Very true. Yeah, it's going to be, I'd imagine, a slugfest for sure.
You know,
So,
Namshar is he likes to macro though.
I'm trying to fake the cannon rush a little bit.
Yeah.
That is
So
was
this
quite
happened
the
in
position.
Trigger's game yesterday, by the way. Trigger faked the
Oh,
cannon
really?
rush, and Namshar didn't do anything. And then Trigger had a forge finish, and then he made.
Oh no!
What? I was just gonna
He
say.
went and took his third base. Oh, that hurts. That hurts a
Why
lot.
did he do that? Because he didn't do this against Trigger.
Oh, he's just gonna retake. He's just gonna go like really fast third hatch. Okay, this is
Oh, this is interesting.
survivable, I guess.
Oh,
A
maybe
little
this is by
strange, though.
design.
Yeah, I mean,
faking
I
him out
guess this
saying
is
he's got the
like,
advantage, but I'm
I
not
would
sure.
guess the thought here is like, if it is a cannon rush, then I'll be in a really good spot because I'll have this third base
Yep.
taken, and if it's not a cannon rush, I won't be that far behind because I'll be able to take a really fast third. I
We'll
would
have
guess
to
is
ask
kind of-
him. He's on our team, so I can easily ask him. Right?
Yeah, I'd be interested to know the reasoning on that. I guess he just didn't want to risk like letting it finish up and then there's actually cannons, right, or something like that.
If
Have
he
to be my
wins
guess.
this, we'll put him in for a quick chat. Let's see if he hops on and ask him that specifically, because that's pretty intriguing. And, you know, at the level that he is, these are the subtle things that ask reasons, right?
Right, yeah.
Yo-
Okay, we see the Link Scout coming in. The Adept did go across the map. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to defend the Adept. It looks like he actually is just long distance mining from his natural for now. He's not even using that third base.
Yeah.
Because he just wanted to be super safe. There you go.
Yeah, he finished it early enough anyway, so this is really cool. It's actually
First
a
shot
cool
does go
build.
on a ling, which is very good for him. Oh, he tries to catch it. Good micro out of Akron there. And he does escape out. Doesn't
Yeah,
even.
he
Oh
faked
my
me out.
gosh, he doesn't escape out.
Yeah, he faked me
fakes
out.
it out.
He does get a worker though.
I'm not sure. I guess 2 lings and a worker for an Adept. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad, although I think he could have killed it without losing a worker. That's what he's gonna be like stinging about. I'm like, oh, I didn't have to lose that worker. I could have had it perfect, almost perfect, just 1 ling, you know, or 2 lings.
Right, yeah. I mean, it seemed like Namshar as well was like pretty confident he was gonna shade away because he pulled the lings back. I think we all were. And then
Yeah, it faked me out. I'm the cameraman. I went left and then right, you know? It's like, oops.
Yeah, he's swerving on us.
It's kind of like in
So-
traditional sports, you watch someone, you know, if you watch, say, American football, tackle football, someone hands off the ball and you don't know where it went. The camera
Yeah.
goes. You're like, oh, fake me up. Or in basketball, they do a fake pass. Pretty
He
cool.
seems-
That's
Akron seems really concerned right now. He's got a shield battery in the wall off and he's making another one.
yeah. He doesn't.
I'm not. Does he think it's a ling flood maybe? That seems
He
a
must
little-
know Namshar, right? Namshar played in Europe for a very long time until this past year, right? So he must know his style.
True.
Although maybe Akron.
He probably knows his ZVT.
Yeah, I was gonna say
He knows if he knows
maybe
his ZVP, yeah.
he doesn't know as the Protoss now.
Man. Triple Stargate. I saw the double Stargate and I was like, cool. And now I see a triple Stargate and I'm a little confused.
Whoa, triple Stargate? Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh
he's,
man, I don't like this for Akron. The reason why is, you know, Trigger did a double one really fast, Void Ray, and this is gonna be a Void Ray thing, right? Because it's not like I don't see a yeah, definitely it's a Void Ray. But it was a committed Void Ray build from Trigger, and it looked really good until it was slapped down by a lot of Hydras. The way Namshar is so good at doing. So it's a bigger map than the one I saw yesterday, so that gives him a bit more time, but. I don't
yeah,
like
for
this.
sure. I do wonder. The third base seems really kind of late for Akron at this point. I mean, it's 5 minutes 30, and he's going triple Stargate. You need lots of gas for that. I mean, I haven't
Yeah.
seen 3 Void Rays in production. At
That's
any
the
point.
other
There we
thing.
go, finally. But yeah, so I don't know that you really have gas production. It's like maybe two and a third Stargates worth of gas in those bases.
Yeah, and let me say this. I'm going to base it off what I watched yesterday. Trigger had a third base. He had faster Void Rays, although he has a third Stargate here. And, you know, he produced more eventually because he had three bases, right? And he was slapped down hard. And so, to me, you know, this is... Namshar is very versed in doing this.
Oh,
right?
man, he's going to get a Void Ray as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the start, too, was much better for Trigger, where he killed another base, he was doing this and that, so... Namshar is loving this. I think Namshar is loving this. Like, oh, you're doing this? I just did this yesterday. I had to deal with this. And this is weaker.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, and I mean, he trades out a Void Ray for 2 Spore Crawlers, which is not exactly the most efficient trade of his life. Does get a Queen. That's very good. Namshar just being very... a lot of times you see, especially at the higher levels, they try and defend with just Queens, but he's having no issue putting a couple Spores in his main base just to really reinforce.
Mhm.
Obviously, they aren't super strong against Void Rays, but they still provide that buffer, so...
Yeah, let's follow this Void Ray as with our view for observing, because that's really what matters. Do they snowball?
Oh no, the weak Void Ray was at the front, so it does get taken down by the Spore. Does catch the Queens out,
This is
but
not a
who's
bad
catching
fight,
who?
but does he have
Oh.
transfuse? Does he have enough? I don't... Hydras
He
are
missed a
coming out
couple there, I
soon.
think.
Oh, here comes the Hydras.
This is a
Time to
decent
get out.
trade for him.
But the
oh
Hydras,
man, I'm not sure what's happening.
Hydras is get out.
Yeah, and at this point now, there's going to be so many Hydras out. Void Rays just can't take fights against Hydras, especially when it's 11 Hydras to 7 Void Rays with 7 more Hydras on the way.
And he doesn't
production
have
is just
charge
gonna-
lot that should complement it, right? So
Yeah, because of that triple Stargate, really all he has is his Void Rays. He was trying to make some
man.
zealots. Oh no. I feel like this might be a little bit of a short-lived game at this point. I've never seen this triple Stargate Void Ray
Yeah.
before, and I'm beginning to maybe see why we might not see that.
Well, this is the Stargate Void Ray build against Namshar in general. I really am not a fan of because he's really strong against it because he loves the Hydraling and he knows the nuances of how to survive until the Hydras show up if you do that, right? So.
Right, absolutely. His
That's his
defense seems
strength.
super on point so far. Obviously, he lost a few queens there at the third base, but it was just, I feel like almost on purpose, just to let his Hydras get out, and then from there, it's. I feel like this might be a bit of a steamroll.
Yeah, look, he's stuck on making Hydras. He really can't, and he has slow Zealots. Once Namshar pushes...
That Twilight is so late. I feel like Namshar is just going to push out in the next couple minutes.
Yep, I'll let you know. He had that Twilight when, with Trigger, who does this routinely. So, just, an ideal build for Namshar.
Interestingly, he never made a fleet beacon for, like,
The speed, yeah,
for the Void
exactly.
Rays.
So these are even more susceptible.
Yeah, especially to Hydras. He does... Oh, no.
Oh, look at the
Watch out.
surround!
Yeah, there's just Hydras every which way. Does kill a couple, but I mean, yeah, it's just so far up in supply, and it's Hydras versus slow Zealot Void Ray. If I had to pick a composition I wanted against that, I would, yeah, this is not going to go very well, I don't think.
No Storm.
Battery Overcharge does come down, but once that's gone, I think he can just push in.
Yeah, no Storm, no Disruptors, no Colossus, no Charge either.
Like breaking down the rocks, that's good. Get good surface area on those Void Rays for your Hydras.
There's
yeah, I mean, he's just slowly eating away at the Zealots. No charge, and I think he's just going to dive now. Yeah, those Force Fields are kind of like, well, I was going to go this direction anyways, so I guess that works.
Yeah, he has
charging into the third base now, and almost out of steam, it feels like. 177 supplies still against 120, so it's dropping for Acheron and still staying the same for Namshar, and there's just no end in sight. He never managed to start charge, so there's not even like, you know, hold out until charge or some sort of win condition there. It just kind of feels like the only win condition here is Namshar's.
To move left and right without shooting.
Yeah, pretty much. And we see probes falling now. Even if he cleans this up, he loses so many probes for it and so many Void Rays. So, yeah, I mean, even with the cleanup, it's only 80 supply against 80 workers. I mean, he has almost as many workers as Acheron has supply, which is not typically a good sign.
Never a good sign. Okay, well, it'll last a little bit longer due to shield batteries.
Yeah, I mean, Acheron truly showed us he can indeed make shield batteries when he needs to. That is
You know what he
lot
could
of
use?
batteries.
He could use a Oracle Stasis Ward. That will do it.
Yeah, if he could trap about half the Hydras, then maybe, but man, oh my gosh, that is so many Hydras. 28, with even more on the way. And yeah, I just don't see this working out. Good spready out of Namshar, making sure he gets a wide angle on those Void Rays, getting as much DPS in as once as he can.
Yeah,
he's
he's
taking
just,
it real slow.
He's forcing,
Charge is on the way, but I don't think it's going to get here in
I
time.
think this might be it right here. The Lings are here now too.
Absolutely melting those Void Rays with the Hydra. So much DPS. And GG has called Namshar, becoming the king right at the end of the day.
And that will do it for today's
Storm Starcraft League, King of the Hill.
Great. Okay. Well, that was a fun way to end it. Good streak by Acheron with his off race. Really strong off race.
347 APM with Protoss.
Oof.
Pretty high. Blazing fast. I'm not sure. I guess the Void Ray mic was pretty complicated.
Yeah, probably.
But,
and, you know, that was pretty fun to watch, guys. Look, thanks for joining us today. It was really cool to see this streak by Acheron off racing such high, excellence, stopped by someone as good as Namshar. So that puts the world in a normal place, I guess, right? Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
The world's back to a normal place again. We kind of expected that. So
absolutely.
Yeah, so this is KJam with ET Phone Home, our special caster this weekend. Thanks for joining us for that.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, and check this out. The VOD will be up on YouTube. We'll see you guys. This is the end of the King of the Hill series. May do another one next month. We'll just have to see. But if we do, Namshar is the reigning champ. Thanks, everybody. And the players that won, you'll get your payment out soon. As in today. We're that fast. So, there you go, guys. Any last words from you, ET Phone Home?
Well, just thanks for having me, guys, and hope you all have a great week. And happy Memorial Day, I guess. I don't
That's
know
right.
how
For the
you...
U.S. people, that's a big thing here, guys. So we'll be off tomorrow. You can check out ET Phone Home on his website, or well, his Twitter and Twitch. Maybe you can plug that in on the chat, but
Sure thing.
and they'll see that you have about a minute because we have we enabled a delay, so it'll time out just perfectly for you to type it, right? Which is kind of cool. But guys, thanks for watching. We will see you guys next time, and I don't know what that next time is. Later.